Welcome to the CrashOut.
Yo, what is good, everybody? We are on episode 78. Welcome back to the CrashOut podcast. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. You know, there's a lot going on in the gaming space. You know, it's not looking good for us. I'm just letting y'all know. You know, it's gonna be a lot of doom and gloom in this episode, unfortunately. But not gonna lie, we are back with some Speedstorm news, especially with the grand finals for divisions popping off. You know, that was a crazy match, and you know, not gonna lie, I was not expecting good news from Speedstorm, but Game Loft kind of threw us a bone, man. So we'll see, but you know, it's still gonna be a lit episode. Lots of crazy topics as always. And you already know, man. I go by the name of Nano_Blaster. Would you call me Nano? Mr. Namikaze, man. What's the deal?
The deal is we are back for another week, another episode. I don't know how excited I am for this one, just because it's a lot of tomfoonery, and coonery going on in the gaming industry. But I'm always excited just to be here with the guys every week, and for you guys as well in the chat, because you guys make our day as well. As I was just, learned privy to some news by Angel saying that, he had an interaction with a fan or one of our viewers, and they said, we got to keep it up. They like our content, and as long as we stay consistent like we are, our personalities are going to take us far because we have what it takes. And I appreciate that person who said that, because that made my day. And I'm just looking to the foreseeable future. And like I said, since day one, before we even started this podcast, I said to the guys, look, man, all four of us together, RDC has nothing on us. That's how I feel.
But I don't know, man. You don't want to put that out too early, because if we blow up one day, somebody gonna go way in the archives and clip that shit. Now
let them clip that shit. RDC. Okay, if we're talking gaming,
we don't gotta compare to RDC, man. We know how that goes.
I'm just saying.
We in our lane. Ourselves.
They might be a tad bit more funny than us, but if we're going gaming for gaming, I think our squad wins.
Oh, they're terrible at games. At least at Rivals.
Well, Caleb, I'll let you.
No, not the shade.
We love RDC though.
Not the shade is crazy.
Yo, what's good is Caleb Black Flash. The number one is fantastic. You know what I'm saying? More rival, you know what I'm saying? But no, it's good. It's good to be back for another episode. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about Sony Digital, but it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, definitely some heavy stuff, man. But stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? And good to be back. It is June 1st. So I hope this weekend everybody has a good happy 4th of July, Independence Day. Hopefully you had a good Juneteenth as well. We ain't gonna forget about that. But the firework day is in 4 days, so hope you guys enjoy that. But yeah.
I mean, go ahead. The firework days is today in Canada, so
y'all ain't won no war against us. Y'all gonna be a state sooner or later.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. All right, well, what up, everybody?
Let's go, chat.
Great. We got a spicy podcast today. The gaming news never fails us at all. There's always some bullshit happening in the gaming world, whether it be Sony's antics, Microsoft, Nintendo, PC, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of bullshit that happens in the gaming world, and Sony just keeps digging themselves deeper in the hole. We're going to talk about it in the podcast. So without further ado, get your popcorn, get your tea, get whatever you need, Yo, what up, Sal? How we doing today? Sonic, how we feeling today? We about to go ahead and get this podcast started. Let's get this. Let's start this intro, and let's talk spiciness.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the crash out. Put your seatbelt on me cause we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out. Welcome to the crash out. Put your seatbelt on me cause we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out. We covering the drama, we talking about your mama. We smoking on the ganja, we drifting in the Honda. We turning up with Sammy, one wingers with the family. Black flash jamming like a lammy, Nano always understanding. Yeah. Welcome to the crash out. Put your seatbelt on because we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out. Welcome to the crash out. Put your seatbelt on because we about to lash out. If you hating on the crew, you getting thrashed out. Man, we going so fast, we about to pass out. Pockets for the gamers, man, it's time to ride out.
Right, all right, all right.
All right, so welcome back. Episode 78. Our first topic will be divisions and Speedstorm. So, if you guys didn't know, Speedstorm Divisions is basically a league put on by the community, competitive league. We've had World Cups, we had divisions. We're on Super Division Season 2 right now, and this past weekend we just had the grand final season, Super Division Season 2, and in that match we had BRZ Paradoxo, which is Brz Wolf's new team. Because here's the thing about Wolf. I believe he was with the final bosses, and they were kind of dominating season after season. But then the team split up, and he created a new team. Him and Rugal with some new team, and they made it to the finals. So, what I'm saying, whether it's final boss or whether it's Paradoxo, if you got Wolf and Rugal on the team, hey, what I'm saying, it is they can definitely build around that. But what's it called? We did have the match. It was BRZ Paradoxo versus the Lateborn, and guess who won? BRZ Paradoxo. So I believe the final is like 22 races, but I think by like race number, I think by the halfway point they were up 50 points, and what I'm saying, it was kind of, what I'm saying, all she wrote. But I will say the Lateborn definitely did put up a good showing and a good fight. They had some good performances. But, what I'm saying, when it's time to lock in, they lock in. What I'm saying, Paradoxo. So, I don't know if we have the score. I know it looks like the divisions site. I don't know if it's a reset. You see anything on there, Angel?
I haven't been in this website in I don't know how long. I haven't been in this website in so long. Hold on.
I actually watched a good chunk of the matches because they were like 22 races, man. So I think they were racing damn near for like 2 hours, it seemed. But
Oh, shit. Did he reset this?
Yeah, it's reset. All of the info is gone. So, I'm gonna see. Maybe
No, wait, they got Super Divisions. Hold on, Season 2 right here. I got it. Grand final, there it is. You actually have to navigate to tournaments. You have to like do it that way. And then just click on the Super Division Season 2 and it'll pop up. Now, this was a great final. I mean, Paradox, BRC's always getting these W's and these wins and whatnot. And
one thing Wolf gonna do, make sure he got BRZ in the name, man. He gonna rep hard.
like man, I ain't gonna tell. I wasn't gonna tell nobody, but I'm not. I haven't played this game since all the the foolery with Game Loft and them taking my content creator role away. But we'll say I did scrim 2 times against Wolf's team. And it was me, Abby, Dino, and Toxic. And every single scrim that we did, we whooped they ass. Like 50-point different ass.
Yeah, y'all put the Avengers together. That's like
I know. So, Toxic Dino, y'all want to make a team together? I'll be down to run. I'll come back to Speedstorm for 1 season and run it with Chaw so I can get my fucking trophy. Because ain't no way Wolf is beating the new Dawns, aka the new Avengers.
Dang.
No, but if Toxic and Dino don't practice, they're not gonna get no playing time. So I don't know.
Do they need to? I mean, yo, I haven't played Speedstorm since Game Loft did their thing. I came to this scrim against freaking Wolf's team, rusty as fuck, still pulled out 100 points.
Man, if Caleb can't run, I don't see how they can run. Just saying.
Listen, that's between y'all. I mean, I don't know. Y'all gonna have to make the stipulations for your team, but you know, shout out to Angel. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys went crazy in the scrims, but you know, we do gotta congratulate BRZ for getting their W in this
in the
Super Divisions.
But in the actual match,
They earned it.
Yeah, I guess we'll go over the points, for the actual match. So we have Wolf leading the team in MVP of the grand final with a 37 point. I don't know if that's the most points somebody's ever scored in divisions, but yeah, he did his thing. Goblin King with 130, Rugal with 99, and Michael Douglas with 56. So it looked like Goblin King finally got his W, you know what I'm saying? He was like KD. He said, I'm going to figure out, I'm going to get on one of these teams, and he finally got on the right team, and he got his W. So
yeah, right. He finally, he joined the people he was, the people he was trying to beat.
No, they say if you can't beat them, join them.
Beat him, join him. Yeah.
wow.
Damn.
Shout out because Goblin did do his thing in the races, and he definitely was a big contributor to them winning. And this is for the whole season, so gotta give him credit when credit's due, man. So shout out to Goblin. Shout out to Rugal. Rugal always put it on for the BRZ and his team. Shout out McNugget, even though he was only able to play in one
special.
match.
He gave us the McNugget special in that match. I'll say that.
Yeah, man. When he did play, he made sure it counted because he did his number in that game. And obviously, we got to shout out Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas always been a BRZ from the beginning. So we always got to give Michael Douglas his credit too. He be putting in work. And then obviously, last but not least, got to give credit to Mr. Wolf. He put in a lot of work too, made sure his team was ready for the last match and throughout the season. And, he said he had a goal, he was trying to win. And he won, man. I think after they won, man, he went out to dinner, man, probably with his lady. Hey, man,
she gave him some victory time. Like, here,
I'm done with y'all.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised at that.
Yeah, you know how them Brazilians get down. You know how them Brazilians get down.
Hey, she definitely be cheering, man. One thing you could say is you gotta give her credit too, cause she be supporting Wolf, man. She be there. She be in the comments, man. You can hear her in the background. She be supporting.
Oh yeah, she a good one. She a good one.
She a real one, man.
Having a supportive wife, girlfriend like that, man, is something that a lot of dudes really look for, because a lot of females don't be supporting shit like that. Let's be honest.
That's true.
That's fact.
That is true.
Angel, you throwing shade?
Go on, shit. 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 Non-supportive girlfriends is the reason why I started streaming so late and doing anything that I'm pursuing so late.
Hey man, but we
so
also gotta shout out the other team too, because
so we had the late born.
Yeah.
So for the late born, we had Alphen with 121 points. So he still put up a very good fight, even though their team did come in second place. 121 is very respectable. So shout out to Alphen. We have Ferrari putting up a good, respectable 100 points in the triple digits, doing this thing. We have Maisie not far behind, 2 points behind 100 with 98, and we have Seymour with 51. So shout out to and then Suns and Sandbox were the reserves, and then but yeah, shout out to both teams and shout out to the late born for giving a good effort. You guys were a super team. This is the strongest the late born. Seen the evolution of the late born. I know you guys have been around for a couple of seasons, and you always have some good players, but y'all finally put like a really good team together.
I did.
And you were able to make it to the final.
I would have loved. I know Sandbox kind of like stopped playing halfway through like the division season. That's why he didn't play. But I would have loved to see Sandbox in this main four, because I think that could have probably changed a couple of things in scoring, because Sandbox is a savage player. Not to take anything away from Seymour or anybody else, but Sandbox was definitely like he's a top player. He would have scored like 80-90 points in this game easily.
It's a possibility, but we never know. But still shout out to all those guys. We know how it feels to make it to the finals and not take it home.
Oh my god, multiple times.
So if anybody knows how they feel, it's us, man. So definitely gotta say shout out to you guys. Shout out to Lakeborn. I hope, given everything that has happened, I hope they stay together. I think I heard Ferrari saying that he wasn't like 100% sure if he was gonna sign up with them next season or not. I think he should give it another go, if he didn't have any other plans, because I like the chemistry that, they had as a team. And I feel like one of the biggest things I think is, being together, knowing how each other practice, play styles, what people are good at and whatnot. Could have.
I would have loved to face this team.
Season, man.
We never got to face the Layborn. I would have loved to face Maisie's team, and we practiced with Maisie so much. I was like, man, I would love to just go against your team, and we just never got the opportunity. That's actually the one team we didn't get to face in divisions. That's literally the one and only team we didn't get to face.
Yep. So I'd say hopefully we get to see them again in full force next season. But we'll see, man. Definitely congratulations to them. But
yeah, big congrats, big congrats.
Yeah. So it was a good season.
Some news though.
Yeah, so with that being said, now that the season is over, we have the champion. Now you guys are probably thinking, all right, is there about to be the duos tournament, Super Division Season 3? What's going on? So if you haven't known, if you're in the, not the official Discord, but if you're in the competitive divisions Discord, Wolf did come out with an announcement. And it looks like Divisions, this is something that people have been wanting and been talking about for a while, but Divisions is finally going to be getting support from the official Discord, officially from Gameloft. I believe that, if you want to join Divisions, it'll be held in the official Discord now. And so this literally, we might have our first season that officially has, support from, Gameloft and, the official Disney Speedstorm crew. So how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think this is going to bring life into the competitive scene? Just overall thoughts.
I sure hope so. Like I feel like this is a big step, man, because we all know competitive Speedstorm has been out for this game for what, like 3 years now, 3, 4 years. Well, probably like 3 years, probably three. How long Speedstorm been out? It's been a while, man. But
That's
you
20
know,
something. I'm
I
gonna say
know.
3 years.
Okay,
Going on
3 years. So
4.
yeah, the competitive competitive has been going on strong for a good while, and we know the best of the best love it. A lot of the best players only played Speedstorm and had the drive to keep playing for as long as they did because of the competitive scene. So it's nice that we are able to, kind of see the fruits of the labor of of the game or of the competitive side. You know, it being community ran, it's like seeing the fruits of our labor. You know,
Finally pay
and
off.
not
Yeah.
only that, but because of that, it actually made some effect with the actual game. So, for those of you who don't know, Gameloft has decided to put in 20 racers in private lobbies that no matter what, if you don't have those characters, you will still be able to play them in private lobbies. And apparently, from what Wolf said, these were like based on how hard it was to get these racers. So it sounds like a lot of races that people don't have will be able to be
Hmm.
used in private
AKA Cars
lobbies.
Racers, which obviously is the one that a lot of people didn't get to have because, it was damn near impossible
Yeah,
to
because you
unlock
got the
on.
packs. The
Yeah.
first season with them
Why when I
taking
was
characters
thinking
out of the
they
golden
said
pack.
20 races, I was thinking like 20
Mickey Mouse.
racers that you could race against.
No, don't get me wrong. I would
That
have
would be
loved,
crazy.
I would have loved for them to do the unlock, unlock all the characters in private lobbies like they did before. I mean, this is still a good small step to that. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, there's obviously some leeway now with the content creators in the competitive scene. So, I mean, that is definitely a good starting point to try to like change things and for the
Yeah,
better.
having somebody that's in and for the community within the directly involved with the creator program with Gameloft, so they're able to finally voice their concerns and it actually gets heard. Because a lot of times the little Discord, they had that section, give us some advice or whatever, and then you got like hundreds of people giving their opinions, but none of it really gets heard. But I think with the creator program, they're actually listening to the people in it, and so I think Wolf is definitely setting up some things, for the health of the game, which is, this is a huge step. So, I think that was one of the things
Yeah.
where some people didn't get in divisions because maybe they feel like they didn't have the characters or they haven't played for a while, so they wouldn't be able to, have the characters they need to be competitive. So I think, this is definitely a great step for, um, divisions. And it's I guess the only downside is the fact that we have the competitive Discord. If it's ran through the official Discord, unfortunately there are a lot of competitive players, not a lot, but a handful of competitive players that have. I think even Wolf at one point was banned from the official Discord, but there's some good players that are banned from the Discord, and so it would be a shame if they wouldn't be able to compete in divisions because they're banned in the official Discord. So maybe you know, Wolf, if you can talk to, you know, the people who in charge of the Discord, maybe get some people unbanned so they can compete. And because if it is going to be run within the official Discord, then maybe that needs to happen for some
Oh,
players.
yeah, there's a lot of people that need to get unbanned. I know Sonny needs to get unbanned. I think Caleb needs to get
Absent
unbanned.
was banned.
No, Absent wasn't banned.
Oh, okay, I
So
thought Absent was banned.
Why is Absent got to be banned?
Well, so you never know, man.
Sammy's been banned. I think
Wait, hold
there's
on.
sometimes.
When did I get banned?
I thought you said you got banned at one point, but I think there's been a lot of people who, because of the bad changes with Speedstorm, they voice their concerns, and maybe because they're passionate about how they're voicing it, they get banned and stuff because Disney Speaks and they were trying to censor some of the criticism. So there's been a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
they never banned me, but they did mute me when I was talking about it.
Yeah, they
Especially
mute
during
people,
the,
banning people.
They muted me when I was talking about the golden pass changes from going free to earn to pay to have. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna speak on this, and they muted me for a day. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, so yeah, when they that's what I think frustrates some people. You get muted by some volunteer Discord mod, and then it gets irritating.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, them Discord mods is just following protocols. So like, it's one of those things where like, man, I'm just following what they're telling me to do. Shit. They probably could care less of what the fuck we were saying, to be honest. But if they want to be a mod, they gotta follow protocol.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do.
But
They do.
I think overall, yeah, this is a great stick. I think overall, what people I think imagine in their mind for Disney Speedstorm is okay. They play Disney Speedstorm. Obviously, there's the multiplayer league and there's the regulated and there's all of that. I think people were expecting eventually Gameloft was going to host like a world championship tournament. You know what I'm saying? Where maybe it's online, maybe it's in person, but a LAN where they have some qualifiers and then people play in like a tournament, and then the top players get invited out to freaking Spain, Barcelona, or somewhere, and then we get to play against each other for the world title of Speedstorm. I think that's what people were imagining, but that never really happened. You know what I'm saying?
Spain is wild though.
I think the closest thing we got to that is when they had that like time trial thing, but we never really got like a world
Love the speed run
championship
challenge.
for Speedstorm. So with Divisions being supported by Gameloft finally, this is kind of like one step in that direction.
That could be it. Yeah, that could be. You could get a World Cup eventually, like an official one. You know what I'm saying? Like in game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about going to Barcelona because unless they're gonna pay for my passport, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's a bit of a stretch.
But maybe if not in person, just like an online thing or something in the game officially. Have a World Cup, have a
Halo
championship.
saw CrossWorlds talk about we doing a tournament and you're going to New York.
I'm just saying, like CrossWorlds is doing exactly what Sonic Racing CrossWorlds is doing with the World Championship is what I thought would happen in Speedstorm, but we just never got that.
You know what's funny? I actually think the reason why it's in New York is because the Knicks won their championship.
I mean, the Knicks is gonna win.
I think what I find cool about the whole Speedstorm Divisions now is that they're gonna give us rewards, like for divisions, like in-game rewards. Yes, that's what they said. Yes.
Yeah, man.
I gotta see these rewards.
I don't know what they got planned, but imagine like your team winning, and now for like the next season you get a free golden pass, maybe like a free diamond
you said
pass.
what, Nano? I might come back if that's the case.
You can't say pay to win either because it's all regulated.
Exactly, man, bro. Think about how many new players will be trying to get in on it.
Angels of Whale, he just won the golden pass.
Yeah, that's the thing with divisions. The difference between like ranked lobbies and divisions is like a lot of people would say, "Oh, this player is only good because they have a maxed out character, or they're a whale, or this or that." But with divisions, with there being or they just have crew member. But with divisions, the fact that there's no crew member, the fact that it's all on the even playing field, that's where you really got to see, players shine and stuff. So, I think. It being official, no longer can players use that excuse like, "Oh, you're not really good. You just paid to win." But nope, this is all skill. So I'm curious to see how they're gonna run this. Is this gonna be like a team division, solo divisions? I'm curious how they're gonna run it.
From what Wolf said, he said it's gonna be it's gonna kind of stay in the same format. He didn't want to change it up too much because with it being Gameloft supporting, he didn't want to like go too crazy and like making things different. So I think for right now, he just wants to stick with the same format, and then kind of just see how that goes from then on.
I will say
I'm looking forward to it.
having it still be in teams is cool. I do wish there was like a solo divisions, the World Cup or. Handled. I think that would be nice.
See that. I understand. I
'Cause,
think even absent was asking for something like that.
yeah, because like I said, you ain't got to worry about no practice or all of that team drama and all of that. It's just like, hey, all you got to worry about is your skill in the game and you racing, versus having to coordinate with people from different time zones or all of that kind of jazz. Who's going to start? Who's going to play what role? All of that. Team divisions is fun, but sometimes I wish it was just a solo, just so you ain't got to worry about all of that, and you just race, see who's the best. So maybe in the future, like I said, everything ain't got to be day one. Everything ain't got to be day one. It can be like a progression or a process. But I think this is a great step. So I think if there's any season to join division, maybe a good chance for maybe some old players who kind of stop playing division to get back in, and maybe some players who never tried it out before to try their hand at it. So this is definitely great. And it's cool to see something that started grassroots is now turning into something bigger, just showing that it's really the community that drives this game. And because if it wasn't for us, if it wasn't for the players that created divisions, shout out to Nail, shout out to Cedric, shout out to all the players that had their hand in this, then this would even be a thing. Because Game Loft wasn't gonna do nothing. I mean, their version of a tournament is what, a time trial or playing against CPU. They don't know what a Grand Prix, they don't know what a cup is. They be calling stuff the wrong stuff. But I think this is definitely good for the game. They need something good, especially because obviously it's hard to get some of the new stuff, and the monetization is crazy. But if there's a competitive scene where you ain't got to spend an arm and a leg and you can compete and have fun with the game, that'll help the game's longevity. So.
Well, Wolf said about the people being banned on the Discord, they just need someone to sign them up. I can do this. Just contact me. I can try to unban them. But he doesn't want to touch on that matter right now.
Okay.
You can find out Wolf is running the Discord now.
All right, at this point, yo, give me my fucking roll back then. Fuck.
So now that we see that we could actually make a change with divisions, I guess before we go on to the next topic, there is something that I did want to talk about that I think was kind of interesting to see, and it was with I think Wolf also said he was trying to see if they could eventually work on getting a Teemo going and stuff like that. But and I know this has kind of been a topic before, but there were talks that some of us was having in the divisions Discord about potentially seeing if Gameloft could buff the brawler class, and a lot of people seem to be cool with them getting 2 bars of boost whenever they stun.
Yeah, I mean, shit, we talked about that for the longest. They were like, this is the one thing that brawlers can really benefit from.
Yep, and I said that too. I said we been talked about that. But one thing that I would like them to do as well as with the 2 bar add give them the 2 bars of boost when they stun. I think when brawlers stun characters or stun racers, they should get a brief moment of invulnerability to help them, at least give them some type of protection. Because I feel like for them being a brawler class,
And you being
they
aggressive.
definitely feel like they're the most featherweight
Honorable
class.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, and I can dig that. It'll reward being aggressive.
That
It
too,
would
but
be.
I also remember in the time we was doing the World Cup, if you was sitting on the brawler class and all of a sudden you trying to stun and you can't get your stun off because someone that has a different latency, someone in a different side of the planet from you, the brawler class wasn't the brawler class anymore. It was just classless.
Yep.
So they got to fix that too.
Yeah, I definitely think, obviously we always want better servers, better, latency. They got to try to pick up on the DCing and stuff, because I know that's been at an all-time high. But yeah, man, hopefully Gameloft will show uh, hopefully the community and Wolf, you could uh put a good word in for the brawlers because we want the brawlers to feel good, man. Right now, it doesn't really feel like people. It almost feels like people who are using the brawlers almost feel like, damn, all right, I'm gonna be brawlers this division match. I'm probably not gonna do like. It feels like a lot of people aren't confident on the class because they're always in the back and they don't feel as strong.
This idea, oh, I'm not scoring as many points as my teammates, therefore I'm gonna look like I suck and I'm bad at the game and I'm not a top player. I think that's what a lot of people feel when they play brawlers. They want to play a class where they can get a lot of points because you see people getting 70, 80, 90, 100 points. But then when you're a brawler, you're only getting 20, 30. Then it's looking like, oh, I'm trash. And I think that's how some people feel when they play that class.
Yeah, I think there's definitely the psychological factor of it, like appearing that you're not performing as well as a player. I mean, most people who are in divisions, we kind of understand how just because you're on brawler and you get low points doesn't mean you're a bad player. But we want the class to be able to feel like they can compete with other, the other classes and not always have to feel like they're kind of destined to be in the bottom half of the pack. You could be playing so good with a brawler, and then you get hit with one thing in the last lap, and now
You're
you're
fucked.
getting train stunned. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Now you all the way in the back. And it's like, damn.
That shit happened to me in the scrim.
That can happen to any class, but with the brawler class is really one of the classes that lack people with protection. Because when you think of brawlers, you're not really thinking of characters that are going to be able to protect. You're thinking about characters that can stun other people. So
Bro. Oh
I
my
think that's why
god.
Gambloff hasn't been really giving them protection like that. But
Also,
that's
they were
why.
listening when they were listening. People listening to Crybaby. I remember people, oh, I'm tired of the bro. Remember when the game first came out, season 4. The game just became free to play. People used to complain about the brawlers because I think what it was is the stun. The stun with the high combat stat used to be like so you'd be stunned for like a good amount of time. So then they nerfed the brawlers, and then ever since they nerfed the brawlers, because people complained about it, the brawlers just haven't been the same.
They have
Yeah,
not.
but you got to remember it was a combination because one, you got to look at the state of the game. It made brawlers look like kind of too strong. Um, Two, there was that bug where if you get rammed, you could like fly and stuff and turn your car could get turned around. Not to mention that bullshit bug where if you get stunned, you could get stuck on the wall and then you get respawned. And it was just a lot of things that wasn't feeling good. So when brawlers were able to stun you that hard, you really felt that a lot because of brawlers. So that's why a lot of people didn't like it. And plus, Backfire got nerfed, which is actually good. I actually think it did need to.
Yeah, that didn't need to get nerfed.
Oh yeah, the continuous
stuff.
stuns with the fucking backfire, that shit was
Yeah, there was a long stun
annoying.
too. Yeah, no, that was good. That was not good.
Backfire was
No.
like freaking.
Mm.
I don't even remember it. Who
Bro,
has a
it was
ship?
almost
Who has a
it
ship
was almost
again
like
from,
a
Little
charge
Mermaid?
Hercules, bro. Oh, you talking about Prince Eric?
Yeah, it felt like that shit. That's what Backfire felt like.
Bro, that shit felt like a fucking charge Pegasus behind you, bro. Like I remember I used to when I'd use Gantu, I would just have fire, and if somebody was behind me, I knew they wasn't passing me, and it was over. And brawlers had a lot of stuff going for them, and there weren't as much OP racers, and the meta wasn't boost dependent and whatnot. So the game evolved, and it used to be speedsters were like the crappiest class, but now they got a lot of better top speed, and midweight representatives and stuff
Nah,
like that.
nah, nah,
Also,
nah. We ain't
they
gonna lie
had the
about
nerf.
that. It was
They
the
had, hold
trickster
on, they
class that was the worst class.
nah. Citricious hasn't been the
Bro,
worst.
remember how they had to do a whole class rebuild because it was ass?
They didn't know. The only thing they changed with tricksters was the what?
The item shit.
Yeah,
when you bash.
when you side bash, you don't hack them no more. You
the
get the item.
no more. But that
I didn't think. I actually didn't think that was weak. I thought that was annoying to deal with, but I remember the first World Cup in the beginning, the speedsters were doo doo, bro. And
they literally had to nerf every other class in order to make the speedsters more viable. Because remember, every single other class used to be able to get boost items in first place, but now only speedsters. So they didn't actually buff speedsters. They just made every other class worse.
Remember when they had a 9 item rotation too instead of random items?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of the skill. You could plan out races
I
and
like
stuff.
that.
Strategy.
Hold on, let me ask y'all
I
something.
like
I
that.
actually prefer the 9 item rotation because it really like you can strategize and try to piggyback on what you're gonna get next because you automatically would get 3 uniques, 3 of your class skill, and then 3 of the common items. So at least you'll know out of your 9 items you're gonna get 3 uniques out of them. So you got to plan that out. You know what I'm saying? That's skill right there to be able to do that.
Let me ask y'all something. Wolf said the brawler class should be more like a tank class.
I highly disagree because to me the tank class is defenders. A tank is somebody that pretty much is the front of the pack, right? A tank is the bulky guy. You know what I'm saying? Defenders are more the bulky class because the side bash gives you the shield. You know what I'm saying? Brawlers is more offensive. That's not tank. That's offense. That's DPS. If you're gonna talk about MMO terms, brawlers is definitely DPS.
With that, but then I was gonna say there should be a tank class, but then I'm like, there is defenders. Now that you mention it, but then I'm just like, does defender really feel like a tank class though?
I mean, they're the bulky ones. You know what I'm saying? Like if you side bash, you gotta kill the shield off and then stun. They'd be able to stun them. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're talking about in a defender term, or not defender, from a look at it from a division standpoint. If brawlers, how are brawlers supposed to fight, but they can't even survive in the fight themselves? That's why I think, like, if you're using a brawler, right, and you go through items, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be other people around you. So that means everybody's or most players are getting items. If a brawler is able to stun somebody from their item, they should get invulnerability from that stun to protect them from other people about to, use their items. Because, that will help keep them afloat. And I don't think it would be broken. I think it would be, it would, give them some nice sustain.
Yeah. Also to piggyback off why I don't think brawlers would be a tank class, or I consider them a tank class. A tank role is a person that is always in the front, and then everybody else is behind them because the tank is tanking everything. You know what I'm saying? When do you ever see brawlers usually front running? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unless you're like on a Baymax or something.
They have no sustain because 1, they don't have the boost item anymore. First, and then 2, they have to stun people when they get boost. And if you're in first front runner, you have nobody to stun. So
yep, which is exactly why the combination of them getting 2 boost bars and brief invulnerability when they get stuns will be the most rewarding option.
You know what? This might sound like a hot take, but fuck it. Brawlers need to get back their side bash ability.
No, I mean I think these changes right here would do good.
Should get that.
Are these people speculating on the changes, or are they like, okay, we are going to buff the brawlers now because?
No, they haven't said nothing about actually doing it. It's just
they didn't. It's just I think with this, with with the whole stuff happening with Gameloft actually listening and adding characters to private lobbies, it was just something that we were talking about in the Divisions Discord, and you never know, man. Like if Wolf passes it along, they might listen, man. Might listen.
will say,
So it's better to say something than to not say anything.
I will say one thing with Divisions, I guess moving officially to being officially handled. What does this mean for the competitive Discord, y'all?
Wolf said he was still gonna uh keep the original Divisions Discord for like mid-season, like I guess events and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure we can still talk in there, so I don't think it's going nowhere.
Unless whoever's banned in the official Discord get banned in that one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with that, that wraps up. So yeah, that is the news with Speedstorm. Shout out to BRZ Paradoxo, and Divisions will be coming, getting official
Yes, sir.
support from the game. So W's. But yeah, I think that's all the Speedstorm news we have for this week. But that's not all the news we got. I think our next
Actually,
topic
good
will be
Speedstorm news. Nice.
yeah, some good stuff. Obviously there's always some bad stuff or some changes we don't like, but it's always good to have something more positive that we can cover. So
Thanks. Game log, give me my rollback, damn it.
Yeah, man. We've been shitting on Speedstorm for a long time, so when they do good, we gotta shout it out.
gotta be even, gotta be consistent.
How you gonna cancel your biggest fucking streamer on Twitch? That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, blame Staylocks.
Fuck you, Staylox, you bitch ass nigga. I'll call you a nigga again, bitch. I swear to God, you jealous as fuck because I'm better than you in this game. And you gonna take my content creator role. Now, who on Twitch is pulling out all the viewers for fucking Speedstorm? Nobody. Because everybody else streams on fucking YouTube. That's a content creator in this game. I was the only Twitch nigga, bro. And y'all eliminated me.
That's true. Hey, Staylocks got you the fuck out of here.
Put a bullseye on Angel's back. We gotta get him out of here.
Like you know how many people watch Divisions on Twitch that don't get to because I no longer host this shit because they took my shit away?
That's true. You did have a
Hey, the Twitch numbers been looking kind of low since Angel. You look at Disney Speeds on Twitch number, it'd be like 10 viewers, 20 viewers,
Angel.
8 viewers here.
The bright side, that's a good thing.
So
When they look at the Twitch stats, they be like, "Yo, why is the viewer count so low? We gotta fix this game, or it's dying." We gonna let it slide. We gonna let it slide.
The viewer count on Twitch always been low, so
nah, but now it's extra low. You know what I mean? So when they go look at that drop, they gonna be like, "Oh shit, we gotta go talk to Wolf again."
I remember the first World Cup, man. There were matches where Angel had like damn near 100 people watching.
Nah, there
The finals. The finals had over 100 people.
Yep.
Like I got Twitch partner because of fucking Speedstorm. Like, I was killing it on fucking Twitch, and these motherfuckers just said fuck you. Like, that's crazy over somebody hating because they got jealous I got something that they can't have. That's crazy.
Company, and let's say you
Angel took
did,
that girl.
if I was a company and let's say you did do something I disagree with, I would, as a company, give you a warning because I chose you, I promoted you. I would give you a warning, not just eliminate you from the program like they.
Right. And then after that, after I told them that, then they finally gave the content creators the terms of service. I'm like, damn, you could have at least respected me and gave me the terms of service and gave me a warning.
Give you a warning or a second chance. Like, okay, from here on out. That's
dummy. I'm not gonna lie.
They use you as a test dummy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. I mean, I'll give it to the other content creators because they did fight for me to come back. Like, they actually, like, in the chat, literally told Martin, like, bro, give this man a second chance. He didn't even know what the fuck he can and could not do. Like, what's up? Like, what the hell?
That's
But-
true. You
right, like they're the N-word police. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, like, even if they don't want their black creators saying nigga, like, if that's the terms of service, let that be a terms of service. But you know what I'm saying? But you can't be like, oh, you said nigga, even though you're black, we're still gonna remove you from the program because we don't tolerate that language. Like, let somebody know that beforehand.
Right, you gotta be like, hey, you know, don't do it again, or we gotta take you out. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have gave me that, I would have chilled the fuck out, and I would make sure to not do that on my Speedstorm streams. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I could just give somebody some communication. That's another thing. They lack communication because they're horrible at that.
Yeah. So
That's crazy. Anyways, Game Love, I just want my rollback. You know, I want my free shit. I want, you know.
You know what you're on, right?
Hmm.
You're on the crash out. It's okay to crash out right now.
I mean, you've been the biggest supporters not only of streaming the game and how much money you
I spent thousands of fucking dollars on this fucking game.
Let them know how much. I swear you said it was 10 bands.
Shit, my account was worth over 10 bands.
So it's like, man,
Y'all really
they could definitely give some more grace.
Oh my god! All right, I'll see what type of timing y'all on.
That's crazy,
Keep
man.
advocating, you know, if y'all want a creator again because you feel like he represents the game well and whatnot, you like watching his streams, keep on, you know.
No, yeah, you want Poppy or Speedstorm to come back to Speedstorm. Let Martin know in the Speedstorm Discord. Bring Poppy back. Hashtag bring Poppy back. That's all you got to do.
Yep. But
if you don't bring Poppy back, he gonna crash out.
No, I'll just play different games, but shit.
Speaking of different games, you know, the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds World Championship qualifiers has officially started.
Oh shit!
It's been the hardest legend competition so far. This is the sixth one. There's been 6 so far. I remember the first one was super sweaty. A lot of people was on it, but since now the World Championship, so basically the way this works, you know, I'll just repeat myself if you didn't know already, but the top 24 in the world, that's on all platforms, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, it doesn't matter what platform you're on. The top 24 will be invited to New York. They'll cover the plane, hotel, all of that, you know, for a chance to compete live in New York to see who is the greatest Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, you know, champion of all time.
Hey, what a villain!
It's going to be lit. It will be going on to the 19th. Angel, I did post a picture in the CrashOut chat. You can put that on screen. It is kind of like the calendar of how long this qualifiers is going to be going on for. I will say it's so sweaty right now. I believe what's it called? Right now, if you want to get top 20, you have to have around like 2,000 points plus. And so, you know, and some like a previous legend competition, I know like most of the players never even reached 2,000. So yeah, it is sweaty. I think right now I have 1850, or maybe people did have 2,000, but
This right here.
I just know with it shows like for 3 weeks for July.
The Genki Chumai and the World Championship qualifier. Okay, yeah. And the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Festival at the end.
Yep. So this is what July is looking like. So look, even if you haven't started already, you still have a chance. You know, if you want to go to New York, Toxic, go ahead and get in. I know you skilled enough. I'm sure you top 24 player. You know, so you know all my Sonic kids. If you haven't started, it's not too late. You know, you can still qualify. It's gonna be sweaty. You know, you're gonna have to learn a new meta because the balance changes. The meta shifted so much. It's like people have to relearn the game in order to get competitive again. You know, they've nerfed the drill. They nerfed smuggling. They nerfed ultimate charge. So now it's like, you know, some new builds have emerged and stuff.
So Caleb, let me ask you, where are you at in this tournament?
So far, after 3 days, I'm at the highest rank Emerald, but I am about 150 points away from top 24. I think I'm like top
24?
I'm not there yet. I think the highest I've gotten so far was top 80, but I need to keep grinding to get to top 24. So I'm not far.
So like, in order to qualify for the World Championship, what placement do you have to be at least?
The top 24.
At the end of the event, if you're 24th or better, you go.
Oh, are you gonna go if you make it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I already called off work. You know, the boss asked me, you know, the schedule, and I said, yeah, October 9th. Nope.
Oh, you better grind out. You better grind to get that 24 spot.
Yeah, Caleb, we're gonna need
Yeah,
you
I'm
in New
gonna do
York.
it, bro.
Represent the string snipers and shit in the crash out in New York.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get us
Gotta
out
be
there.
a face.
Hand out flyers.
Yeah, gotta be a face for real. You know, y'all finally see what I look like. It's gonna be some
Man, I
ops
already
there.
know
I
what you
already
look
know.
Hey, you know that's
Yeah,
good
but-
promotion for your channel too, because you're in the
That
tournament for a world championship. You'd be like, yo, this is Caleb Black Flash on YouTube. I got follow the channel.
Document that trip, bro.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do my best. You know, I'm day in and day out. I kind of took a break today because sometimes you need it for your mental health. I got 19 days, but I think with my skill, I will be able to climb into the top 24 by when all of this is said and done. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, I might not be number one, number two. That'll probably be Bonzo or Sneaky, but I'm gonna get my spot. You know what I'm saying? It's top 24. It didn't say top 2. It didn't say top 3.
Getting flued out.
Yeah, I'm getting flued out. You know what I'm saying? Flued out like a bad bitch. No diddy.
All you gotta do is get that placement, man. You know, because at that point, it's not who plays the most, it's who got the most skill. You know, once you get into that championship in New York, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta
So
worry.
let me ask you something then, Angel, because
Alright.
you a resident New Yorker. You gonna drive down there to go check the homie out?
Depends on where in New York. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might take a trip. Why not? You know, I had to take off work though.
Yeah, I know one of my RL friends said if I qualify, they'll go to New York.
Shit, we could do a little cameo in New York. Be like, yo, we got Caleb and the Poppy of Speedstorm in the fucking New York chilling. Face reveal. Oh,
Chill, you know what I'm saying?
oh shit, go out to the club. What? Some baddies. Who said that? Oh shit, what?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So, yeah, I'm gonna try my best, but yeah, so it's popping right now. I will say, there's a lot of people trying to stun you, but it's definitely harder because I know before when people try to stun you, I'd have like 3 items stacked. Like, all right, you gonna hit me? I got 3 items, but now it's a little bit more difficult. But we still winning races and we still getting them points. So, but yeah, I believe that's the news in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. So the grind continues. We'll see. I think next week we'll see where I'm at in points. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you guys know if I'm in top 24 by next week. You know what I'm saying? So,
When does this end? July 18th or 19th?
mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, so you still got 18 days, man. I mean, even if you get 24th, you gotta like maintain it for 18 days.
And because people are gonna be like, because the people who are like 30th, they're gonna be trying to climb too. So you want to like try to extend your lead and whatnot.
Just because you made 24 doesn't mean you shouldn't be aiming for top 15 or top
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Keep climbing down so that way you can secure it even more.
Yep.
Yeah, because I remember
you have a day where you might mess up just because you've been grinding so much, and you might drop a couple places. You don't want to be 24 sitting there.
That happened to some people.
18 to 24, and then you drop out of top 24 because of
Yep. It happened to see people in the first legend competition. Like I remember this one person was in top 100, but then they decided to do some races last minute, and then they lost. So then they just missed the top 100. So then they were mad. And then there was one person who thought they were safe. All right, I made top 100. I'm gonna stop playing. And then by the end of the competition, they were like 101 or 102. So they just got knocked down. So it's just like,
Now you're never safe.
No.
Yeah, you're not.
If you want to be top 100, make sure you sit around 90 and then chill. Don't be sitting at 100 thinking you safe.
Yeah, hell no. But yeah, that is the Sonic Racing CrossWorld news. But then next up, we did get some information on Grand Theft Auto. So Grand Theft Auto 6, we've been, the whole meme is, it's never going to come out, 2030, 2035, you know what I'm saying? But no, it officially has a date. And one of the biggest things about the game, this is one of the most expensive games, if not the most expensive game ever made, ever developed. It cost $2 billion to make this game. Yep. And literally the day they released the pre-orders, they already made their money back and some. So they made $1 billion profit. So that is the money they spent to make the game plus $1 billion, just off of pre-orders.
No, from what I heard, they made $2 billion. $2 billion.
So yeah, people wondering, was it worth it, making the game, I'm saying, so expensive? Yes, because it's GTA, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew they were gonna do that.
I think this is crazy to say, but They could have priced that game at $100 and would have made even more bank because of that.
That's why they feel like they can do the deluxe hiding features behind the deluxe edition because they already knew people was gonna pay regardless.
They already had 50 million people buy the game off of pre-orders. Take that in.
Yeah, you know they got the $100 edition. Majority of people probably got the $100 edition too.
Yeah.
Are you gonna take the risk not getting the $100 edition and then you go to a barbershop and you can't get a haircut?
You can't get the fade.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was gonna get the game, I would not invest in that $100 edition.
Nano just have to have the messed up hairline. Yeah, it is what it is.
I don't think it's.
The NPC's gonna be talking to Nano differently.
Nano, hold on, Nano. What if for your character creator in GTA 6, all the black hairstyles are locked behind the deluxe edition?
Hey, I guess I'm making a white boy, man.
Hey, he gonna be looking emo.
I knew Nano was a Jamaican.
He gonna have a comb over.
Yeah, I'm gonna be emo, man. I hate my life.
Watch them lock those skins too, because Nano said that. They gonna give this man nothing.
Nah, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a fun time. I'm excited to everybody getting it. If like I said, if it's as fun as people make it seem like it's, or we didn't even see no gameplay. This is the crazy part. We don't know when online's coming out, but I don't know, man. Hopefully the game good, bro. Hopefully the game is optimized. Right now, there's no reason for me to get the game, but I'll see when it come out.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. But no, I understand, on principle, Manano, you in the minority. Them mofos already showed Rockstar they can do whatever they want and they gonna make
I already know I'm in the minority, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in minority all my life. I'm to it.
I'm standing. I'm standing on my principle.
Yeah.
So why didn't you do that when the Switch 2 was released, Nano?
What you mean? I'm happy I got my Switch 2.
Yeah, Sammy, the residential
shit going up. Yeah, that Switch shit.
He got it before.
I'm happy I got my shit when I did.
Yeah. Sammy's the Xbox. What do they call it? The Xbox fanboys. What do they call it? Xbox.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I ain't gonna pay for a Switch 2, and you gotta pay for literally everything.
But yeah, so I mean, what do y'all think? So
hey,
2 billion, and this is before DLC, and this is before in-game microtransactions.
Did they make 2 billion like profit 2 billion or
profit 2 billion?
So that means they made $4 billion. Then that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
they sold off of pre-orders alone. They sold over 50 million.
Oh my god, bro, it's crazy.
It's
50 million, bro. Let me look at it right now.
It's gonna make 500 billion once on.
This is literally the biggest game in gaming history. Like, it's crazy.
Oh, apparently it breaks 3 billion in pre-order sales.
Let me see.
Yeah, if it breaks 3 billion, that means they're probably, by the time that game comes out, they breaking over 4 billion easy.
I didn't even buy the game yet. There's a lot of people who didn't even pre-order. They're just waiting for it to
I didn't pre-order yet either.
So. Right. I don't even think there's a pre-order bonus. It just seems like there's like a deluxe and normal. So there might be a pre-order bonus.
There's literally no reason to pre-order the game right now.
Right. I mean, you could pre-order the game the day before it comes out and still get the bonuses.
Nah, they might have a week early access, so I'm probably gonna pre-order.
They might do that goofy stuff like right before the game comes out. Oh, if you pre-ordered 3 days.
Nah, they'll probably leave it to like
it would already
2 months.
It would be like, but it would be like that in the shop already, because you can kind of already see what's available in the bundles.
They said GTA 6 made 1 billion in its first hour.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, damn.
I could make the argument that GTA could have been a $70 game, and they would still make their money off the back end.
They could have, but why do they have to be like everybody else when they're not? Clearly, This is crazy.
Alright,
Like I
man.
said, if they could have priced the game at $100 and no one else could have done the same shit, and
you
they would have made
fools
this
would've
money.
bought it.
But yeah, that is
Would've
that,
bought it, bro.
that is
Yeah, I would have bought
GTA.
it, Nano. And what?
I'm just saying, man, you gotta practice what you preach, man. You can't be getting on me and Caleb no more about that Nintendo shit.
Hey, it's a game versus a console. It's two different things. It's context, Nano.
Shit, I'm happy I got my Switch. I don't need GTA.
Okay. Until they say, "Oh, GTA is coming to Switch too," and then what you gonna be doing? Jumping for joy.
Not
Yeah.
playing GTA. That would make no sense if I could play it on my PlayStation. But in other news,
But yeah,
Just
yeah,
say
that
you
is
want the game, but you're not gonna say it in public. Just say it, Nano.
say what?
Just say you want to play the game. We know you want to play the game. We all know you. We all know you're gonna get the game.
You know I'm gonna get the game.
I know you're gonna get the game.
You want to bet money?
At some point, I know you're gonna get this game, Nano.
Okay. Well,
Hey,
hold on, we gotta
I
put
will
a
say
date.
this, Sammy. As much as
Get
people
out
are
there.
hyped for it, it is one of the most popular games. The series. There's a lot of people who still haven't played 5. So for those people, they don't. Hey, it might
That
be a
was-
skip.
And
But
I
this is 6.
and I played 5.
Well, yeah, I mean, GTA is not for everybody either, but I mean, a big portion of this world is playing GTA. I'm sorry. There's like a small portion that's not going to play it, but like a good big portion of the gaming world is going to be playing GTA when it comes out.
Bro, I just want to know what the monthly active users are gonna look like for this game
I think-
online. Like that's gonna be crazy.
I think
Think about it, over 39 million people have already bought this game, right? What does that look like? Like this is gonna be the most played game of all time. Like everyone likes to talk about Steam charts. No, bro. We already know 39 million people are gonna be playing it in a month's time.
Just off the pre-orders alone.
Them servers can hold up the first.
I think-
Well, it's a single player game, so why would you need servers? I'm confused.
When you go online,
Well, online ain't gonna come out day one.
right,
No,
they're
I'm
delaying
talking about
that.
for the online because let's be real, motherfuckers really want it from.
Are you thinking about creating your own character and stuff? Like that's gonna be hella dope. I think people are excited for this game to see how they're gonna push innovation or with
In
this new
gaming?
game.
I can't wait for the RP life is gonna look like. That's really what I want to see.
oh yeah, because you did say, Angel. I remember you was telling us like 6 months ago that they bought the guys. Well, they didn't buy them, but
They hired them.
they hired them to do RP for the game.
Yeah, they were thinking about doing an RP integrated, which is even crazier because that just gives access to RP to everybody, including console players.
Yep. I mean, we've seen this before. Like Minecraft has done something like that. Other some games in that kind of style have done that, where they can open up mods on console and stuff like that. So it might be game changer.
Actually, I actually love that because I mean, instead of banning GTRP, Rockstar said, there's money to be made in RP. Let's integrate it to the next GTA, because obviously GTRP right now is only exclusive to PC because it's a mod. So if you integrate it into GTA 6 online where console players can play it, oh my god, GTA RP is gonna explode. Online GTA is gonna explode.
And Sony hates mods, but if it's GTA,
Well, at that point, it wouldn't really be a mod because it's integrated.
yeah, I know.
So I mean, shit. I mean, I just hope Rockstar is ready because if it's really the case and RP is integrated in the GTA Online for the GTA 6 Online, them servers are gonna crash.
Oh, most definitely. They're gonna need the best servers in the world. They're gonna have to go to Microsoft or Google and spend that money that they just profited off of and be like, we need the best servers.
But yeah, I think also can't forget GTA 5 was the racing game. Racing was a big part of that game. They had Tron racing. They had all kinds of fun racing mechanics. Are actually pretty good. So the fact that the online will also have like racing, I think it's gonna be dope.
No,
So
Caleb,
curious
don't
to see
advertise that shit. That's the reason why we don't got no Midnight Club.
Hey man, Midnight Club, you stuck in the past. You know that game is ain't ever coming
What
back.
you mean, Sammy? You should be wanting GTA to have all
Yeah,
the midnight
why
clubs.
does it have to be Midnight Club? Why
Nah,
can't
bro.
GTA? What if GTA makes the greatest street racing game of all time?
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, I know everybody wants a Midnight Club, but what if they integrate Midnight Club in GTA and kill two birds with one stone?
Yeah.
You really think they did all that though?
I mean, they're not making a fucking Midnight Club, so I mean, they might as well give GTA driving mechanics the Midnight Club mechanics and just integrate Midnight Club inside GTA. They got the cars. It's just that they're not name brand cars. They're like, you know, the fucking Temu version of the cars. But still, you can do a Midnight Club scene in GTA. A lot of people already do it now in GTA 5.
I mean, they could, but I don't think they really put the time and effort into doing that for this game. It'd have to be GTA 7.
I mean, I don't know, Sammy. I mean, this is based off Miami, Papa. I don't know. They might have a car scene in the game we just don't know about.
Yeah, they already showed the lowriders and all kinds of stuff. They definitely gonna have some racing.
Yeah, I'm not
But,
denying that there's not going to be racing in the game, but is it going to be like Midnight Club level racing? I don't think so.
No, probably won't. But I mean, hopefully they improve the driving in GTA in this one.
Yeah, the driving in GTA hasn't been great since GTA 4, which is saying something.
That's what I'm saying. If they would have had the people that play Midnight Club or created Midnight Club to do the driving mechanics of GTA, I think it would be great.
They got rid of them though.
No, that's why we don't got a Midnight Club. They got rid of the people that made it.
Yeah,
We over here asking for a Midnight Club fucking 4. We're never gonna get that shit because they fired the guys.
But yeah, that's the all the GTA 6 news. So yeah, they making money. But I think next up, y'all see the thumbnail and the title and whatnot. But you know, there was some big news. This is the biggest news this week that happened. PlayStation came out with an announcement, and they said for the PlayStation 6 and for every single PlayStation console moving forward, they are officially getting rid of physical copies, and it will be 100% digital moving forward. So, getting a disc and getting a physical copy of a game will be a thing of the dinosaurs. It'll be a thing of history. Disc games are going to go extinct, and PlayStation is starting it off. So, thoughts, man? What do y'all think about Sony saying that they are going to go completely digital hereby moving forward?
Honestly, this is some scary shit if you got a PlayStation console and a game library, because they already done teased you guys and said, listen, if you don't play the game within 30 days, you don't own it and it's gone. And then they came back after they saw the backlash and they said, no. You just have to log in once and you're good. And it'll stay there. But you got to have the internet on. They already just got rid of like movie content if you own it in your PlayStation library.
Yep.
So what makes you think they ain't going to do that to your games when they already teased that happening to your games? Sony's been saying that they're going to do this shit to you guys for like a year now, and now it's official. Like, this is crazy.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. I knew at some point it was gonna get like this, but I didn't think it would be this soon. It's not good, man, because the further we get away from owning your games and your stuff, the higher chance these companies could just decide to turn your shit off for no reason, just because they can.
I will say though, for the longest time, PC has been all digital. Like, no one has a disc drive. If you do have a disc drive, you're probably like 1 in 1,000.
It is, but you don't got to worry about Steam deleting your shit.
Yeah, you might have to worry about that now. But like, if PC has already been digital, it only made sense that at some point the consoles were going to go digital too. Like, coming from PC gaming, like, I can't remember the last time I used a disc drive, and that was probably like early to mid 2000s to install games. And then after that, companies just started, they're like, okay, you got to download our launcher, and then once you download the launcher, you can download the game and download all the updates. So that's where the gaming really went on PC. And now that consoles are following suit, I think that's exactly where gaming is heading.
I
Obviously,
mean,
it's bad that you can't own your games physically, but then again, we already know if you buy Call of Duty, you buy this new GTA 6 that comes out, the game ain't even on the disc.
also, to be honest, y'all remember when Xbox One was first announced? Microsoft was going that route 10 plus years ago. That's what they wanted to do, is all digital, and people backlashed them, and they completely changed their whole like shit, which is what ruined Xbox One to begin with, was because they were trying to be all digital and people just didn't fuck with that, the always online shit. At the end of the day, PC, when's the last time PC players ever used discs? Everything is digital on PC, and now consoles are following suit.
But here's the problem, though. So one of the biggest things for like physical, right, is that you were able to sell your games. You were able to like give your games to people and stuff like that. You could get used games and stuff like that. Not only that, but you could let's say for PlayStation, right? There are games on the PSN store that are $70 right now.
And some of them never go on sale.
Yes, you could go on Amazon or go to a real retailer store,
GameStop,
and get them
Vintage.
for way cheaper.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You won't
games.
be able to do that anymore. And
Like,
it's not like Steam. It's not like Steam where they constantly having sales and you could get games that are like $60-$70 like for like $20 and $30. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's and also there's a limit of how low they're going sales. But like we all know, like I know, like especially during the Xbox 360 era, PS2, PS3, PS4, you go to GameStop, a game that might have been $60-$70 at one point, after some time goes by, you can find that game at GameStop for $15, $10, at times physical. And so, instead of paying full price, you got the physical copy at a GameStop, for, a fraction of the price. And this is what they don't want. This is why if they just have it digital, you're just always, no matter how old the game is, have to pay full price. And then
100%.
A 10-20% sale.
That's really why they're doing that. That's really why they're doing it, because they get to control the prices now.
Yep.
And yeah, this is, they've been kind of like finding ways to like just get in people's pockets and stop them from, not paying full price for a game, because this is when they cut off split screen. The whole reason, because, we used to play Halo today, and, it'd be 4-player split screen. Why did they do that? Because they want everybody in the household to pay for their own individual copy for a game. So now you can't split screen. If you want to play with your brother or your sister, y'all have to each buy a $70 game and have it on your TV. You can't just do split screen anymore. The whole couch co-op thing, that is a thing of the past, because they want you to pay for each version of the game. And now they're getting rid of physical copies, because what would happen? Okay, let's say, I bought Ape Escape. I beat the game. I have fun with it. My friend who's never played Ape Escape, I'm gonna give him the game and let him borrow it, and now he gets to play it. But you know what happens when I do that? He doesn't buy the game. And so Sony doesn't like that. The idea that somebody got to experience a full Sony product without ever paying for the game because their friend gave it to them, oh no, they're cutting that off. So that's why they're really, they're going full digital, so you can no longer give your friends games that they can borrow.
No.
They just want to get in your pocket.
No, I can give you a little hack for that. If you want to share a game with your brother or sister and they got, the same console as you, no matter if you're on PlayStation or on Xbox, you can game share at least with one person. So even if you get the game digitally, you can share it with one person at least, and they don't got to worry about paying it. But what I did like when my Xbox was trying to go all digital back with the Xbox One, what they had a plan in place was you were able to share your games with like up to like 10 people, if I'm not mistaken. Like that was a thing that they were like going to do when Xbox went all digital. you know, maybe Microsoft, maybe is gonna revisit that idea that they had back in the Xbox One days. Like, can you imagine being able to share your game with up to 10 friends? So, you know, one person buys it and you can share it and you can all play.
That would be like you guys played Expedition, 33, and I haven't played it, and I'll be like, hey, you wanna, borrow the game? Like, yeah, sure. And then you give me the freaking digital, borrow code or whatever.
Exactly.
The whole game.
Or like how mobile phones do it. You know, give us a family plan option so we could put 4 people on one account, and people can figure out ways, to split the cost so everybody can play the game.
Yep. Now let's talk about something even worse about the situation. Let's say a game comes out only for PlayStation, right? It's a PlayStation exclusive. A lot of people love the game, and it's on the PS6, right? What if that game over the years, like let's say 20 years from the PS6, the game was only on the PS6, and you could only get it digitally, only on from PSN, and they decide to discontinue that game. You will no longer be able to play that game.
Because at least physical copies, there's they don't sell the game anymore, but oh look, somebody has a physical copy on eBay. I can buy it here. I can buy it at this vintage stock. But nope, with digital, if they want to take it off the storage, it's gone.
But that's why it happens all the time right now as well. But that's why you always got to buy that game before it gets delisted. But
yeah,
that's the only thing you can do.
It's end of the day, it's just for them to control the prices of the game and force people to buy. And also, one of the things is, so basically, when there was physical games and digital games, the physical copy of the game was always more expensive because the manufacturing costs in order to make the game. So that was one of the ways they could justify the price being higher for the physical copy. But what they've ended up doing is now they've gotten rid of the physical copy, but they didn't get rid of the physical copy prices. So now you're paying physical copy prices for the digital version of a game, which should be cheaper. So this is actually, not good if they're going to keep these same prices super high. Meanwhile, they don't even have to manufacture, so it's not actually costing them more money. It's actually costing them less money, but they still expecting you to pay high top dollar. So.
Like in theory, with this news becoming a thing, their games should be less. Like there shouldn't be any.
I think this is also a way for them to cut costs of not having to do physical games as well.
Oh no, of course.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's a money saver. Yeah, 100%.
Costs, and also, what's it called? Other stores don't get a cut because whenever they make the physical copy, let's say they give it to Walmart, GameStop, they get their cut. But now it's like, no, the fact that everybody is just buying the game straight from the PlayStation store digitally, that means PlayStation gets 100% of the revenue instead of like a 60, 80 or whatever it is, because obviously Walmart got to get their cut, GameStop got to get their cut, but now they ain't got to worry about that because since it's all digital, Sony gets 100%.
I wonder if they're going to do like paper download codes and put them at the store.
So here's the thing. From what I heard, I think there's still, they might do like the code thing.
Yeah, because
so
that's what
retailers might still
sell the game code.
Yeah, because they're doing that with GTA.
Who's going to go to a retailer just to get a code? Most people are just going to do what's more convenient and just get.
Well, because I mean, a lot of people would prefer the disc, but like, say for example, you're gonna go to GameStop because like the Ultimate Edition has like a statue or whatever. Like you're still gonna want something, like people are still gonna like shit like that, regardless if the disc is not available. But like you'll still be able to get like an Ultimate Edition, like something that's game related. Like GTA will give you like a big ass like poster of the map, or Destiny will give you a statue of like the ghost or a guardian, you know what I'm saying? Or like in Dragon Ball Z terms, they'll give you a statue of Goku, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of those collector's editions are like $200-$300. Like you still get, physical items, you know what I'm saying, for collectors.
Yep.
Like I don't think that stuff is gonna go away, truthfully.
But if it's just base game though?
Yeah, base game ain't worth it. Base game, you might as well just buy that shit digitally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Yeah.
yeah, this is just how like Fortnite they were battling with Apple because they didn't want to pay the Apple fee.
I mean, them Apple fees is ridiculous.
Yeah, but then what happened? They lowered the prices for the battle pass once they won their a lawsuit with Apple, and then they brought the prices right back up to what they were when they were under Apple. So, it's all about the companies basically maintaining more of the profits. That's really why they're doing this.
I mean, these companies is all about maximizing profit. They don't give a fuck about the consumers. They're all about maximizing profits. And this is like the gaming industry is getting greedier and greedier the more and more the years go by, man. I remember the gaming industry wasn't as greedy as it is now, man. It was not, man. The gaming is getting ruined by freaking capitalism and fucking suing ties and shit, bro. Like,
Yep.
it's all about profit now.
And here's the thing, with this being a thing, and we might as well add Xbox into it because they're gonna be doing the same thing too.
Yeah, they're looking to do it digital only.
At some point, if Xbox and PSN decide to cut certain games, retro is gonna come to a certain. It's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of things that's gonna be lost in time that we won't be able to play ever again because
unless they find out a way unless they find out a way to bring all the retro stuff digitally, they're gonna find a way.
I mean, Xbox is bringing their retro games back with backwards compatibility, so I mean, if Sony does something like that too, that's one way to preserve the games, but it doesn't look like Sony really cares about preserving the game. If they did, PlayStation 3 games would have been a proper thing on the PS5 already, instead of streaming it and shit like that.
Yo, yeah. PlayStation don't give a damn about backwards compatibility. I'm surprised PlayStation, like, players and fans don't really see how much PlayStation low key be fucking them over.
Yeah, because they wanna resell it. So me, I love my Ape Escape game. I can't. I have the discs of Ape Escape on Ape Escape 1. I can't just put it in my PS5 and play the game. We want to know why? Because they're selling a digital version of Ape Escape 1 that you have to pay $9.99 for, and that's really what it is. It's a lot of the games that could be backwards compatible. It's not because they want to resell it to you.
And that's bullshit because they can do the digital version of Ape Escape, but if you have the physical disc of that game, you should be able to put it in your PlayStation and unlock the ability to be able to get that shit digitally. Truthfully.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. See, one thing Youngling just said, PC was never a reseller market either. And he said Steam also isn't governed by the shareholders since Valve is privately owned. So, they're not going to get affected by shitty business practice from the shareholders. But, Sony and Xbox, they definitely, could be negatively influenced from the shareholders.
100%, man. 100%.
And also, go ahead.
I was just pretty much just, man, how many more bad news is Sony gonna give all these players before people start boycotting PlayStation? One, they're talking. I mean, they're killing off Destiny and then spitting in the face of all the Destiny players, stating that they want to focus on more live service games. Then two, physical games are no longer going to be a thing in the future. What's next? What's next? Man. PlayStation 6 going to cost $2,000?
Shit.
They just said that the materials to make the PS6 cost $960. So
yeah, it's almost $1,000. You know that shit's going to cost more than that.
It was already $900. It was $1,200 in Canada.
They said that they will not be selling. They don't
at a loss.
Selling at a loss. So that
means what that says.
If it costs $900 to make, they will not be selling it for $700, $800.
No,
the consumer know. They're saying no.
And there's gonna be a marketing budget behind the console too. So you already know if it costs $960 to make, plus marketing, bro, this shit's gonna cost over $1,000.
Oh, I mean, look, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Cost
Base
what the
model.
Steam machine was
And
gonna
that's
cost.
the base model.
Let's be honest here. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. We all know PlayStation and Xboxes are usually priced very similar to each other. Very similar to each other. I suspect that this is gonna cost. You know, we see Project Helix, you know, and their projected cost of $1,200. That's what they're saying that the Xbox is going to cost. I wouldn't put it past it if the PS6 is around $1,100 or $1,200. Maybe $1,100 to try to beat the Xbox price, but if anything, $1,200 to match it.
Yeah, man.
I think Sony's gonna match because they don't give a damn.
And here's the thing, bro. At this point, you can already see it online. Like everybody's talking about it. It's time to get a PC, man. Like
100%.
ain't no reason to get a PlayStation 6 or Xbox.
Other than exclusives, but I mean, Xbox, obviously, PC still gets Xbox games, but for PlayStation, they still got the exclusive argument. But I mean, if you're paying $1,200 just to play exclusives, come on.
Like
And
PlayStation,
that's why they took the games off PC as well.
and that's why certain games like the dude, like the people that made Stellar Blade, that's why they're like, yo, we gotta hit the market, man, because we will make more money if it's not a console exclusive. That's the same thing Square Enix did with Final Fantasy. They was like, fuck the exclusivity. We gotta, you know, hit all the markets. And if I will be damned if I'm saving up $1,500 for a damn PlayStation 6 when I could damn well save up that money for a pre-built PC, bro. Because the pre-built PC is gonna be stronger than both the Xbox and the PlayStation, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be like way more versatile. Like Steam, you get the Steam market, which you could get Steam prices and stuff like that. It's just gonna be better. Like, I don't know, man. And I'm seeing more and more people, you know, joining the PC wave, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Look, I've been a console player my whole life. You know, my last consoles before I got a PC was the Xbox One or the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. But I mean, I had a PC when I got those consoles too. But like, I haven't touched my console literally since I got in my PC. I haven't touched this Xbox. I'm probably not gonna touch it until GTA 6 comes out. That's because I'm forced to. Yeah, I haven't touched these consoles, man. Like, PC is literally the way to go. You have literally almost every single game you could possibly think of on PC other than exclusives. Literally.
No, hold on, but Angel, here's the thing that people aren't talking about. PC actually has the most exclusives out of any.
True, because the games that don't come out on consoles. That's fact.
Exactly, bro. They have hundreds, if not thousands, of exclusives that you can't play on console, which nobody ever talks about.
Oh,
Not all of them are bangers.
But I mean, yeah, I understand that. I mean, yeah.
A lot of them are.
But you want to know the biggest selling point on PC? You don't gotta pay for PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live to play online.
That's true. That's true. Free online.
Yep.
Them Steam sales be hitting differently.
That too, you know, and you don't even gotta go on Steam either to get the Steam sales. You can go on a website like CD Keys. It's legit, where you can get a PC game for like damn near 50 to 60% off.
GOG,
Yeah, my
Epic
brother
Game
used to
Store.
Not to mention, a lot of games are better on PC.
You can customize the graphics settings so you can maximize performance. You can't do that on console.
Yeah, mods.
Mods.
The games, or sometimes the game will release broken, and you know the devs will be like, "Oh well, we're supporting any more updates," and then modders have to come out and fix the game.
I'm like, I know Discord is integrated in consoles now, but before that wasn't even a thing. You know, Discord was definitely the best option to talk to players and the voice chat over the integrated PlayStation parties and Xbox parties.
That's a Snapple fact, man. And streaming is better if you're a
Oh
console
my
player.
god.
PC is the way to go. It's easier doing everything on PC.
Yo, OBS, you don't gotta worry about streaming directly on the console that where it could possibly lag on you, or you're not be able to see the chats or anything like that because you're just playing the game. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, man. And once you get a decent PC, you probably don't got to get another decent PC or like really upgrade for like longer than having to upgrade with a console.
I mean, yeah, true. Because depending on what you're trying to play, like if you're trying to play luxury, obviously you're gonna spend a pretty penny. But if you're just trying to play a game and then 1080p or 1440p, you can literally buy something now that's about $1,000, $2,000, and it'll last you 5-6 years before you're like, okay, I'm starting to see I might need to upgrade a GPU or a CPU. You know what I mean? And at that point, upgrading a PC is cheaper than initially building it, because you're just upgrading a part here and a part there. You know what I'm saying?
And people are starting to realize that with the new console prices, plus with the game prices, plus with the online and stuff, it's damn near like getting a PC for real. Like you're gonna be saving money on the long run playing on PC because you could get things like games way cheaper and you're not paying for online.
Speaking of prices, I guess that leads into Xbox. So Xbox already raised the prices of their consoles, I think by $100. But I guess they're raising their prices by $100 again. So that's the 500 gigabyte version. They're getting rid of the 2 terabyte version of the Xbox Series X, and they're going up another 100, for each of their consoles. So, I mean, at one point,
consoles fuck, bro.
Even the consoles that are out now that were what 200-300 at one point are going up $100. That's insane. So, and then it's just yeah.
There's a lot of pros and cons. I mean, I think there's more pros of getting a PC over a console than there is cons. I mean, the only con that I know a lot of people and this has been the main argument of why a lot of console players don't go PC. One, cost, but now the cost is pretty much non-existent when it comes to the difference. But two, the troubleshooting aspect. If your PC goes down or something doesn't work on the PC, it's not, I can just shut the console off and play it and restart it and I'll be able to play. Like, there's actually some troubleshooting, that you got to do to get the game or the computer up to running again. Which, I mean, it's the internet. You could look this shit up.
I can make cars at this point.
Yeah,
but
because every PC is different. So it's not like where everything's the same.
I can make an argument that that's not even really a bad thing because I feel like you learn about your PC more. Like you get
right.
Like it's like having a car, right? When things go wrong and you have to get it fixed, it's like you're seeing problems, and if you dealt with this problem before, you know what you got to do to get it fixed. And I feel like that's just how it is for a PC.
Oh, I promise you, I promise you guys, it's not like even building a PC. Building a PC might seem scary, but it's not. Once you there's YouTube videos that teach you how to put CPUs in the motherboards, how to plug shit in. And I know there's many different parts for PCs, but the main CPU is Intel or AMD. That's it. And the sockets are pretty much similar now. So like, and then obviously the RAM, DDR4, DDR5 has different like pins or whatnot, or different pin placements. But like, once you know what you're buying, you can follow a YouTube video from start to finish and build your own computer and know exactly what's in your computer. And if something goes down, you would know part by part what to look for and how to replace it without having to take it to a shop.
See, man, one of these days, and not to mention, like I said, more and more console players are getting PCs, bro. Eventually, we all gonna get a PC, and then we get to fucking when we do the podcast, we could all show our faces, man. Be like, hey.
Oh, the face reveals on the podcast.
Yeah, man. That is gonna make the content extra juicy.
Oh,
man.
that's where that's where we're gonna clip Sammy's crazy ass lines they be doing. We'll say that.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, I could already show my face, but
Oh, okay. Oh, whoa! You holding on us is crazy, Sammy.
No,
Nah,
but what
he said
Sony wants you to
for
do-
everybody else, man.
Sony wants you to buy a camera that only works on a PlayStation 5 and doesn't work on any other.
the same thing
Oh,
with
and then-
VR,
yeah.
you got a patch to make the VR work on everything.
Nah, fuck all that. You don't gotta worry about. You can just buy a nice little webcam and you're good on PC. That's it.
Yep. And shit, that could be the shit you stream off of too, man.
Exactly.
You can
It's
stream
like
on it,
it all
game
works
on it.
together.
Yeah,
It all
everything.
comes together, man.
The all-in-one, the box.
Yeah, I'm happy to see PC is getting a lot more love now. I mean, granted, the consoles are the Sony and Microsoft is doing it to themselves with the prices. Granted, the RAM prices was dictating these prices to begin with.
Yeah.
The RAM prices, these RAM companies are literally taking advantage of the fact that people are paying more for RAM because they need it, and now they're not even gonna fucking lower these prices anymore because they see people are paying premium prices for this shit. It's the same for the GPU market. I remember GPUs back in the day, a flagship GPU like a 2080 or like a 1080 back in the days were only a couple $100. Now a 5090 is $2,000 because they seen people paying scalper prices.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. And Link is right. Most phones have a better camera than a freaking webcam nowadays.
That
Yeah,
is-
webcams
Yep.
are so pixelated. It'd be they be kind of trash. It'd be looking like not good in low lighting and whatnot. But
Facts.
yeah, webcams. They're crisp. I mean, not webcams, but yeah, phones. I mean, you look at most phones now. They got like 3 cameras on the back of the thing.
Shit,
Three
phones
lenses.
can record at 4K 60. I know my iPhone. I think I have the iPhone 15 Max. I can record in 4K and 60 frames per second. So like, if you want a 4K camera, you can check it. You can just use your freaking phone technically.
Yeah, man. It's just gaming is. We're about to hit some dark times.
Yeah,
When it comes to gaming on a lot of different fronts, it's pretty scary. There are a lot of kids who it's going to be very difficult for them to get into gaming because whose parents are going to want to pay $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 for a console for Christmas, especially in this economy. They probably gonna have to default to the Switch.
Yo, you know what I predict?
What's up?
I predict in 2027 when these new consoles release, because that's what they're slated for. Not many people are gonna buy these consoles, and they're gonna be forced to lower the prices because people are going to PC. They're gonna be like, "Man, fuck this shit! For $1,200, I could buy a pre-built that is more customizable than a console." And they're gonna be like, "Shit, we gotta lower our prices because now we're losing money."
Shit. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, hopefully things get better, but only time will tell, man. But I guess that's all the PlayStation and Xbox news. Now we got some Blade stuff, man.
There's only
What's
ever
going
gonna be
on
one
with that,
Blade.
Caleb?
Yeah, so all my Blade fans, you know what I'm saying? If you know Blade is the freaking movie franchise that saved Marvel. Before there was the Avengers and Spider-Man, there was Blade because they were, I think, going bankrupt. And then once they came out with the Blade movie, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, saved Marvel. So Blade's he's been a big character for Marvel. And I mean, we got him in Marvel Rivals, which is dope. Y'all seen the video. I'm a Blade main. Blade's very fun, but as far as Blade getting his own movie, in game, it hasn't been looking good, which is crazy because it's like it's almost like they've gone through different actors for the movie, and they talking about one time is getting canceled, this and that, and then they're talking about maybe they're reshooting, and it's gonna be Wesley Snipes, it's gonna be that I forgot the other guy's name, but yeah, so the Blade movie has kind of been in development hell, but we got a little bit of hope. We're like, yo, there's about to be a game. You know what I'm saying? It's in development, but according to just recent news that Xbox is considering, Xbox, because what was it, the Game Awards? I think it was the Game Awards. They came out with a trailer showing that there was going to be a Blade game. And now they're talking about, with all of the Xbox layoffs, the new CEO of Xbox, I think they've been minimizing or shutting down studios that aren't very profitable. So they're kind of looking around to see what they want to focus on. And there's been talks that they might end up shutting down the studio that's responsible for, the Blade game that's supposed to come out. So, it's not looking good for Blade fans, Hopefully they can understand that Blade has a huge fan base, and that if they do make the game, it will sell, and I think it will. I know there's some people might get an Xbox just so they can play the Blade game if they know it's not on PlayStation, it's on Xbox. But if they cancel the game, man,
it'll most likely be exclusive at this point with Asha Sharma.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't give it too much thought, Caleb, just because, as Asha Sharma said, they're very open and they'll tell you straight up if it's going to be canceled or they're looking to cancel something like they did the other 3 studios. If this wasn't on their watch from jump, then I don't think it's going to happen. I think these are just rumors. Ever since Asha Sharma came out and said there's going to be exclusives again, the reporters and the journalists came out with the Xbox tax. So, they love to talk bad about the Xbox brand when they're doing good. So I would just wait and see to hear from Asha Sharma first before taking any rumors that these journalists are saying as truth. Because at the end of the day, Microsoft did a deal with Disney for Blade, which is Marvel's brand. And at the end of the day, those are not cheap. They're expensive. They can't just go out of their way and cancel it. They got to make their money back some way, somehow. So this game, I do believe, will be released. Hell, in the same rumor, they said that they're canceling State of Decay 3. And there's already an alpha out for the game where people are playing, or a beta out for the game that people are playing. So these guys aren't even making sense. They're just throwing anything out there and hoping something sticks so they can look credible.
Right. I mean, yeah. Right now it's not official, so I mean, take it with a grain of salt. It might be just somebody trying to stir the pot, trying to make Xbox look bad because they're a Sony fanboy or they're a Nintendo fan, and they try to. These console wars and these fanboys, man, that shit will never end, man. They will always talk crap about the other companies because they think their console's the better console,
Yeah, you gotta let it go and realize, hey, I'm not a shill for Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. I'm here for as a customer what's best for me, because there's a lot of people who will put themselves down or will accept the worst deal just so they can share a company. That's not gonna be me. Hell no.
Exactly.
But
us gamers, man, we need to stand together, man. Instead of fighting each other over, Sony's better and no, Microsoft is better, no, Nintendo's better. How about we take a stand on these companies and actually fight the actual fight that matters, and that's preventing them from fucking us over as a consumer.
Yeah. We gotta stop this hardware game banging. It's like Crips and Bloods, PlayStation versus Xbox.
Right, green versus blue and shit. Like, damn.
You don't want to go outside and somebody pull up with an X green headband and run up on you.
Xbox, nigga.
You're a Sony or you a Crip?
And it's not even consoles, because PC players do it too, though. PC players do it too, because PC would be like, oh, yeah, have fun with your Xbox and your PlayStations because it's PC master race, yada yada yada. Like they all do it, bro. It's crazy.
Then when they say that,
it's crazy.
We gotta go outside. A man go pull up. He gonna get jumped by people with Xbox controllers.
What is that? The DualSense again? Oh hell no!
Right, Caleb gonna be walking, with his PlayStation blue bandana, and then all these green guys coming out of nowhere, like, yo. What is this guy doing in our block? What is this guy?
In New York, you can't jump.
I'm cool about it.
Yo, Caleb gonna yo, Caleb gonna walk around like, yo, we got Spider-Man, okay? We got God of War, okay? Like, you know, oh man, yo, let me stop.
Where's Kratos now?
If I get Tomb Raider on your ass.
I whoop your ass, boy. You know I will.
Yeah, man. We gotta stop the gang banging and be like, spade a spade. When your company's messing up, you know, you gotta acknowledge. But I guess with the wrap up, it's not all doom and gloom for Blade, because just in the Marvel Token fighting game, which is coming out, they just did a trailer, and Blade looks like he will be a playable character in a game. So let's just check out the trailer together and see how Blade looks. And also, I think they got Ghost Rider, Blade, and I forgot who else they showed. But
They got Drake's Ghost Rider.
yeah, not Drake's Ghost Rider, but you know, he need Ghost Rider, but they looking pretty saucy in here. So let's check out what Blade. You know, his game is still in production hell right now. Another game picked up the Blade IP and seems to be doing justice with him. So
Blade, Loki, and Deadpool.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce your glorious
I'm
champion.
Angel, if you looking it up for me.
Well, no, I mean, I use your links to look it up, because I'm on my gaming PC looking it up instead of my streaming PC, because Discord is on my streaming PC. So, yo, talking about Blade, was Wesley Snipes the original Blade actor?
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Damn, so why don't I just re-get Wesley Snipes to do another Blade movie? Oh, damn, yeah, you know what? Yeah. He might not be, I mean, but they got stunt doubles for that shit, so, you know, it's not like he's gonna do crazy shit, you know?
Wesley Snipes likes to do his own stunts, that's the thing.
What was that movie? They did have him in one of them.
So, wait, so the Marvel movie that had, like, Gambit and Blade, was he in it? Wasn't he in it?
Yeah, he was.
So he can do it then.
They just I don't know if they want to pay Wesley Snipes.
They want to do another series with him.
I mean,
he might not be locked in all the way too. Maybe letting another actor.
You will not survive. My
Blade, I'm getting the guy that's in Alex Cross right now.
Oh yeah, Loki. Loki actually looks like a god in this. A lot of times he used to be seen in weak in games, but this one, like some of the Loki combos.
Lock it up, Wade. I love it when
You think of Loki, you think he's getting slammed by the Hulk and shit.
I know they're not doing Gladiator Hulk like that, World War Hulk like that.
you know, this fighting game gives me like Fighter Z vibes.
A little bit.
Yeah, it does.
The shell shading.
Deadpool, they got Deadpool, man. They got so many references on his.
They made Deadpool zesty, bro. Zesty.
Yeah, the Deadpool turned to just zesty humor. I've noticed. I mean, they took some fighting moves from a bunch of different fighting games, and they kind of like put references for Deadpool.
I really hope this game like blows up, bro, because it looks
It's gonna be hard if it's locked.
I mean, it looks very, very colorful and shit. Like, I like how it looks.
console.
Yeah, it's only gonna be on PS5.
Oh god, yeah, they just fucked up.
Yeah.
Damn, they fucked up.
I thought
This game is not gonna be on okay, PC as well, so it'll be on PC. Oh, look at that, another reason to get a PC. That's crazy.
But what you want to do with fighting games is put it everywhere as possible, because
Right. So you're telling me the only console that's gonna have this game is PlayStation? They're fucking themselves.
Yeah, especially with Marvel Rivals being on different.
The one thing is, you're going to Disney for the licenses for this game, and you're gonna lock it to your box. You know, the Disney license for the Marvel characters is expensive as hell, bro. You can't just leave it on PlayStation thinking it's gonna pay itself.
Yeah, you're
fighting game.
you're cutting yourself. I mean, I would also argue that this game could also be released on Nintendo too. With Switch 2, it looks like it can handle this.
Yeah, Switch 2 is able to run
Switch 2
games
could probably
finally.
handle
You
this.
know
Even the
what I'm
Switch
saying?
1 could probably handle this.
If it can do Resident Evil, it can run this.
Right. I mean, you got a Switch, Nintendo fans that don't got other consoles that they can, you know, they can get money from, and then also the Xbox players that don't have a PlayStation. Like they're losing a big portion of the gamer player base.
Think about it this way. Imagine if Invincible Versus just launched on one box.
Oh no, hell no. What they don't need to do is try to artificially create exclusives. Like I feel like if it's something that's not if it's something that's like a known IP, like Invincible or like I don't know Marvel, like it shouldn't just be on one console. It should be on all of them. Now, obviously, PlayStation or Xbox, they want to have their own exclusives, fine, but don't take something that is generally open, and then try to make it artificially on your console. But I guess speaking of more fighting game news, I guess lastly fighting game news, we do have the Immortal and Invincible versus what's it called? He just came out. I guess it'll be the first DLC pack, but he actually looks legit. Like in the show, he kind of gets messed up, but in the game, he looks OP. So we're gonna check out the Immortal and see what we think, man. He's cooking, bro. Yeah, I think it's the first one.
Is it the first one?
Yeah, he looks fine. Yeah, it's that one.
I never liked you. The feeling was mutual.
Is this another Sony exclusive?
I'm back from that vacation.
No, it's everywhere.
Oh, okay. Because I just see this was on the Sony channel, so I was wondering.
Don't play it on the Sony one because they'll copyright us.
Oh my God, did I? Because I just played it off the Sony channel.
Where is he? Where's Omni-Man? You're reckless. You need to be stopped. You fucking pay!
The epic rematch.
I'll kill you! Where is he? Just retire already! Cecil should have never called you up from Teen T. You're a child. I gave you a chance. Now, let's end this! Another
These graphics look pretty good too.
Like, yeah, obviously, they're trying to keep the art style.
Yeah, they definitely did. I love when the games try to keep the art style of the actual like shows and shit, because that makes it look so much prettier.
You know what's crazy? This game got better animation than the show.
Hey, there you go. That's a Sammy hot take for tonight.
Definitely not a hot take if you've seen the show.
Yeah, hot take for sure.
You should know
But,
I've never
man,
truly
Man. Everybody says you watch the show for the story.
I'm sorry, Sammy. I'm sorry, but like I have to like watch these VODs of the CrashOut and just have a clip section of just Sammy hot take, because like the amount of content we have of your hot takes is crazy.
Yeah, they got an Abraham
Sammy-
Lincoln skin. If y'all know the lore,
probably got
too.
Sammy the ultimate hater, bro. When Sammy want to hate on
yeah.
something, he
Yo, I'm telling you, Sammy is the Simon of the
Like
group,
Invincible,
bro.
though. That's crazy. I actually like Invincible, so I don't know what you mean.
Sammy, you are 100%.
The animation could be better though, because sometimes it'd be looking like was that Netflix animated show, and then like the animation dropped off. What do you call it? 7 Deadly Sins? Yeah, that one.
Yo, Sammy.
It's never been that bad.
It started to look like that, man.
No.
The first 2 seasons were good animation, and then after that,
Nah,
it was
bro.
a clear drop off.
I don't think I've ever watched Invincible and was like worried about the animation.
Yeah,
I always
this is
enjoyed what I watched.
right.
I enjoyed it still for the story. But
What they do? They'll take like one little frame, and they'll screenshot it, and they'll be like, "Oh, look at this! This looks terrible."
So hold on,
and
we're
it's
not gonna
like-
talk about that scene where. Well, no, that's spoiling. Sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Man, can't
I caught myself,
can't-
Angel. I'm not trying to spoil it for you.
Can't. Yeah, man. Don't want to spoil our viewers either, man.
Facts.
Speaking of
Shout out to
animation,
Immortal, man.
shout out to more. Speaking of animation, they just finally put out a teaser for One Piece remake. So this is obviously One Piece is like 1,000 episodes, 1,100 episodes, but they basically with this new remake, they'll be shortening it down, only focusing on like the most important parts and reanimating some of the old fight scenes and stuff, and it
Hold
actually
on.
looks
Does
pretty
that
good.
mean
So
is it just cutting out filler or is it cutting out other content too?
It's
filler. It's
it's
focusing
really
on the main
cutting out
plot.
filler. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You
Um,
said it's really cutting out filler, but that means it could also be cutting out like canon.
So I actually read about this remake, and basically what they said is obviously the filler is gonna get cut out, but like all the unnecessary like long waits of shit, you know what I'm saying? Where like it might be like a couple seconds, you know, more than what it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that gets dragged out. Like they're gonna cut it out so it doesn't get dragged out. You know what I'm saying?
Long talking points that don't need to be too long.
Exactly.
Like
But like but they said they make sure that the remake is still gonna like if you be faithful. It's like if you watch the remake instead of the original show, you will still understand the whole show.
So Angel, I posted the link, but yeah, it's like a minute long. But I'm already
are we
seeing
able
the
to watch the
animation
link?
changes.
Oh yeah, are we gonna?
It's Netflix.
Oh, I don't know. Does Netflix copyright?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out.
That's one way. Hopefully we don't get banned because of the copyright strikes.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I am hyped for this remake, bro. This shit look.
Yeah, I'm low key. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I haven't watched One
Now
Piece.
I can start over and watch this.
Now I'm probably gonna watch it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna watch One Piece from the beginning, watching the remake.
I like JoJo. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure got remade, and the remake was way better.
Like this remake looks beautiful. Like I watched like the first couple episodes of One Piece trying to watch it, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, this looks way better than what the original One Piece.
And this is already looking clean.
Yo, it's clean, bro.
Probably it's a 2D, 3D combination.
And you know what's so crazy, bro? And I know Caleb could attest to this. The animation for One Piece right now is actually top notch, bro.
It's peak. Yeah, it is like damn near.
And aren't they
The standard?
like? And I think what they're doing, the animation that you guys are talking about that are in the is in the modern One Piece is what they're gonna do for the older
With the old.
stuff, older material.
Yeah, like, I remember that scene in the original, and it didn't look like that.
Yeah, that when I seen that, I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is my chance to actually watch the show.
Let me ask you something. So how can Netflix be so good with One Piece, but they can't be good with Avatar?
You know what? You know. Look, I'm sorry. I know a lot of Avatar people are not liking the second season, but I watched the second season and I enjoyed that shit. I enjoyed watching the second season. I watched the cartoon show and everything, and I still enjoy the live action. I don't know why people just complain just to complain because they want everything to be a shot for shot.
The first season, even though they pretty much killed Sokka's character and Katara's pretty much character development, and I was like, you know what? I'll still give them a chance. And I thought season 1 was solid. Like they could build off of that. And then I didn't even watch season 2 yet, and I see the trailers for season 2, and I'm like, hell no.
No, Sammy, I promise you, season two is not as bad as what people make it out to be. I promise you. I mean, me and Absent watched season 2, and Absent is also a big Avatar fan, and he's like, you know what? This live action is not as bad as what people make it out to be.
I think some people are upset because what's her name, Azula, and the girl from the Fire Nation. They say that some of them look a little bit more heavier in real life.
Oh my god! Are we really gonna complain about weight? Oh my god!
The issue I took was when
saying,
I don't want to spoil it, but when a certain bending technique was used and it didn't look right. It was.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
I know what you're talking about because they did leave out a certain part of that bending technique as well. You know what I mean? Like, because they did mention that part was left out and they didn't show that part. And then they didn't show, like, there was like a one episode that they didn't show from the cartoon into live action. And they explained it why, you know, they couldn't fit it in there. You know, like it was basically like a I don't know if it was a budget thing or they just didn't meet the timeline to be able to put that one episode in, which is like a big episode. I forget what the episode name was called. I believe it was like The Drill or something like that. Something like that. Like that episode, you know, is not really shown in the live action, but they did still explain the events of that. So like you still, you know shit went down. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, granted, like live action is gonna be different than animation, guys. People gotta understand, and some animations is hard to translate into live action. Like sometimes it's just you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? There's still limitations.
The bending technique that could have been easily done 1-for-1. It did not have to look like that.
But I still enjoyed it, though. I mean, regardless of you know the bending technique not looking a certain way, I watched it for what it was, and I enjoyed it. And I watched a cartoon show, and I enjoyed both. You know what I'm saying? I like live action because like it gives you a different perspective of the show. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it being like the cartoon show, you literally see it in the live action. And sometimes live action, you can see the emotion of characters differently because it's human emotion over a cartoon emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can like Katara, she definitely got, you know, more character development in this one. And, you know, there's, the character for the girl, fuck, I forget her name already. The earthbending girl, what's her name? Yeah, like the actor that they chose for her was spot on, bro. Like she played her very well. She was actually the highlight of that whole season. She was the highlight of that season.
Man, I don't know what it is, but the Avatar franchise is cursed.
I say, yo, if you're hesitant to watch it, I say give it a chance. If you don't like it, you know, you don't like it, but like definitely still give it a chance. Definitely give it a chance.
I definitely gave the show a chance with season 1. I thought it was solid. The games don't hit, and now, you know, the series took a turn with season 2. It's just like, come on, bro.
Like, and also to be fair, because the people are saying that there's like a 56% like decline in viewership from the first season to the second season. People also got to understand that there was a 3-year fucking gap from the first to the second season because of the Hollywood bullshit that was happening, and you know it prolonged the season and whatnot. So obviously Aang is gonna look older. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't change age. If somebody's gonna age, you can't change that if you take it fucking forever to make a next following season. So like,
because I already knew they were taking precautions with that. That's why I didn't. Well, I guess that's a spoiler, but I have to say it. That is why they said they're not going to mention Sozin's comment, and you have to do it by X amount of time, because they knew the cast was going to age up, and Aang technically wouldn't look 12 anymore.
I mean, that's the same thing that happened with Stranger Things. You know, when you're dealing with shows with young kids,
They
you
grow
know,
fast.
the longer the show, it takes, you know, they're gonna look different. So you got to be timely with it.
so my thing with this is, why can't Netflix speed up the process of Avatar's, you know, production, when they did the same thing with like One Piece season 3 is done already. Done. Why can't y'all do the same thing for Avatar?
Because Avatar is cursed.
Because One Piece is goated.
It's just it's crazy, and you know, I mean, I like that they're doing that with One Piece, because now season 3 comes out 2027. Like, you know, we about to see the Alabasta arc in 2027 live action. Like, I'm a hype for that. Now I wish they could do the same treatment for Avatar. That's all.
But I know
She could have done the same treatment for
I can't
Bebop as well, but here we
I
are.
can't speak on Avatar live action because I didn't watch any. But one thing I do know is the One Piece live action.
Yes.
A lot of
Oh my god.
At this point, if I'm Paramount, cancel that shit that Netflix got and do your own. Because goddamn.
No, One Piece fucking live action is definitely gas. If there's one show that's live action that Netflix did right, is definitely fucking One Piece.
And I'm scared because I would love for them to do like a Naruto live action, or
They're thinking about it. They were thinking about doing Naruto.
Nah. They could be a miss. I don't know.
And they're also, Netflix is also working on a Solo Leveling live action.
Yeah, man. I mean, somebody
As long as they don't touch
do
Black
it.
Clover. I don't want to.
I mean, you know, so I'm kind of scared though with solo leveling because, like, I'm sorry, but how are you going to do solo leveling live action with those fight scenes? I don't know. I don't know.
When Netflix touches your anime, bro, I can't.
Man, listen, the only thing you could do
It's pray.
yeah, I'm happy the One Piece shit is fire, and apparently the live
Until
action
season 3 come
a
out.
lot of
Oh, you know what? Also, I will point out. I think I know a big reason as to why the Avatar stuff is not similar to One Piece. It's because One Piece is also being foreseen by the writer of the fucking show. The people that wrote Avatar and did Avatar, they're not, you know, helping Netflix, you know, with the show.
The production of season 1, because they were trying to change. Netflix was trying to change up their story and change up too much, and I can understand because I watched season 1 and it kind of felt jumbled, like different episodes were ahead of other episodes and context didn't make sense no more. Character development was gone because the writers thought, okay, let's just change a couple things about these characters, not knowing that this is what made the characters great because they had a character arc that changed these characters. Now they don't have that character arc. Now they don't have a backstory. Now they don't really have character.
Is there a reason why like the Avatar people didn't like help Netflix?
Because Netflix wanted to change how Avatar was. Like, they wanted to age up the characters. They wanted to add in like teen scenes. They wanted to like change different viewpoints on different things, and I can kind of see where that went with season 1 because Sokka wasn't sexist, and a big part of Sokka's character was him being sexist, and he got humbled later on in the show, and he's like, yo, women are actually strong, they can be fighters, and I'm actually the weakest link in the group. I gotta go learn how to fight. And that's what made him a better fighter. Like, yeah, he had a brain, he could be a strategist, but he could not fight.
So are you telling me the writers couldn't fight for Avatar like the writer for One Piece fought for One Piece?
Yeah, they're watering down the show and the show's messaging because they don't want to offend nobody. That's weak.
That makes no sense because like the whole reason for One Piece to be live action, that was the thing. The writer said, hey, I'm only going to allow you to do this if I'm in charge of how the shit is ran. Why couldn't the Avatar people do the same shit to make sure that shit was done the way it was supposed to be intended?
The same way they did, the same way they didn't allow the shit to happen on The Witcher.
That's just crazy, man. Netflix. Look, if you want banger shows, y'all need to listen to the source materials person.
Yep.
Because if you don't, the show is gonna fall flat because you're leaving out key stuff that the writers intended.
Bro, remember how much of a banger season 1 of The Witcher was, and then they started doing all that buffoonery, and then they ultimately canceled The Witcher recently.
They're going forward. If Netflix is gonna do live action, I'm gonna pay attention to who's actually like directing this shit. Because if it's not the original people that's helping, I'm feared for that show.
That's what I'm saying. If they touch anime again, like I gotta, well, Dragon Ball's fucked. But like, if it's, I don't know, Solo Leveling, it gotta be the guy that made Solo Leveling behind that shit. If it's Naruto, it better be the guy behind Naruto.
Right. And y'all gotta fight, bro. Y'all gotta fight Netflix because Netflix is obviously wanting this shit because they know it's profitable and there's interest in it. So you, as a source material person, you gotta put your foot down. Like, you're gonna put my show in live action, I'm gonna be the one that's helping you guys do this shit.
Kishimoto, I don't know if you listen to us or if you hear us right now, but Kishimoto, do not let Netflix change your story. Do not let them say, oh, yeah, let's do Naruto. And you don't have no right to, you know, input on anything on that show.
I think a Naruto, a Naruto live action, I think would be fucking gassed. Oh my god! If Netflix don't touch it, you know, like, and leave it the way it is, I think it would be gas.
It'll be gas, and you want to know why too? Because the characters, it doesn't matter if they age up, because they age up throughout the series anyways.
That's a fact. From Naruto to Shippuden, that's already a fucking time skip.
all the way up into Boruto as well. So it don't matter if the characters age up. You can have
They
that
have
show
some- they
run
got
for
some
15 years
lookalikes.
if you want.
They can have some lookalikes. So, cause you have a kid version, then you have a teen, have a young adult version.
Facts. I feel like yeah. I mean, from what I see with One Piece, Netflix got the potential as long as they listen to the source materials, the source writer of everything, the creator. Yeah, they need the direction from the creator to make a banger fucking live action. That's all I'm saying. One Piece is the attest to that.
Yep. The one anime that's giving you the most success right now, there's a reason why it has the most success, because you follow the source material. Copy that strategy, bro. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. If you follow that strategy, Netflix, you'll be like the king of live action animes.
You already are the king of anime right now. We was just talking about that a couple episodes back. Don't fumble now. Otherwise, that goodwill that you have is gonna be gone.
Yeah, man, but I guess
And was that all the topics?
all of the not
We got one more.
It has, yeah.
We got
I
one
think
more,
it's
some
like
trailers
a Madden.
from what it shows.
So
Yeah.
this one kind of, hits close, a little bit more serious, but for all my, ball and gun gamers, this definitely, they're gonna know, what I'm talking about. So my Madden 2K, a lot of times, you play your sports games or you play your boxing games, and it might just seem like a game, but you're playing as real people in these games. Whenever you're playing Madden, those are real players you're playing with. And unfortunately, I think probably one of the players that people probably played a lot, probably back in the day, you play as the Tennessee Titans because they had Chris Johnson, you know what I'm saying, probably running it up, up and down the football field. But we did get some crazy news this week. I think Chris Johnson went on Good Morning America and showed that he has ALS. And Chris Johnson, if you didn't know, he is the fastest running back in NFL history with the fastest 40 time, 4.24. And, I believe 10 years after he's in the league, he has ALS. So if you don't know what ALS is, it's the disease that, who's that smart guy who was in the wheelchair? I'm trying to think of his
Stephen
name.
Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, yeah. So the thing that put Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair is essentially what happened to Chris Johnson. So now he can't even speak or even walk. He lost all control of his motor controls, and yeah, it's just a sad day for NFL fans. You know what I'm saying? I feel like playing Madden and then seeing like Chris Johnson in the game, and then just like seeing where he's at now, and dude, it's just so unfortunate. So it's. Did y'all see that?
Nah,
Did y'all see what
I
happened to
didn't
Chris
even know this.
Johnson?
I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, dude, he lost all functions. So I want to give give some prayers. And this is, here's the thing, because remember when they had the ice bucket challenge and it was supposed to raise money for ALS? I think a lot of people lost the whole point of that challenge and just want to like douse people in ice. But the reason for that challenge was for funding for ALS. And so, the fact that Chris Johnson has ALS and there's no cure for it shows that we still need, funding and research for this disease. Sucks that one of the, legends of the NFL, and running back that a lot of people probably looked up to if you played football, it's kind of suffering through that condition. So praying for the best for him, but it just shows like NFL, these people really putting their bodies on the line. Whether it's wrestling, boxing, UFC, NFL. Even though we might play games with their faces or their names or their likeness, like these are real people. So, that was just some news today. It was kind of shocking to me because I know when I played football, my jersey number was 28. Well, I was a big Adrian Peterson fan, but also Chris Johnson was definitely one of my inspirations. So, it's unfortunate to see that he has ALS now, but yeah, so. Just wanted to do a little segment for that.
Damn, yeah. Shout out, man. Hope that sounds rough, man. Hope him and the family we're able to push on through. It's
Yeah.
tough.
So, damn. But it just, so just I guess overall, just remember, when you're playing some of them ball and gun gamers or ball and gun games like Madden 2K, just remember those are real people. So yeah.
For sure.
But yeah, that's that.
Okay. Is that our last topic?
I mean, it's kind of crazy because I guess we have the Lilo actor or actress, voice actor. She died.
Yeah.
We got players get ALS. It's crazy out here, man. Some of the icons we grew up with, we don't realize are in so many spots, man.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
But
it's real life, man. Real life out here, man.
yep. I remember that sometimes. But yeah, I think that is our last topic. Prayers for Chris Johnson, but I believe Sammy has some trailers, some game trailers coming out, and then
Yeah, that'd be it. I think there's only 3
yeah,
trailers.
we can wrap it up. Yeah. So Sammy, what trailers do you have to show us?
So I know
for
that
today?
recently they've been talking about a Tarok reboot. So we got some gameplay for the game. So we can look at that first.
Tarok, yeah, ain't that like dinosaurs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Are dinosaurs making a comeback? I'm seeing a lot of dinosaur games or dinosaur characters in games.
Yep.
Yeah, they're definitely making a comeback, which is nice.
You gonna get it, or it just looks interesting to you?
I'm gonna get it because I never played the first 3 games.
All right, yeah, let's see what this Tarok is talking about. Oh damn! Some of these finishes, dang, this shit look crazy.
You got the trailer up, Angel?
I'm looking at him on the phone. I don't think he got it up yet, but dude. So,
I just reposted the links in the group chat.
yo, that looks insane.
Is this a co-op game?
It looks like it. Angel, you there?
I don't know if he there, so I'm just watching this shit on my own. I mean, but I'm not gonna lie, it looked good though.
Yeah, it's hella cold. I'm just like, damn. Never played the original, but I always see the original series going on sale for like $15. So I'm like,
damn. But see, the problem is, it's coming out in the fall 2026, bro. It's too much shit coming out.
I'll play it. I'll definitely still play it. Probably not day one, but I'll definitely play it still.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to play it
because I'm already dedicating my time in the fall to Bloodwalker or Dawn of the Bloodwalker, that vampire game. I already told myself I'm playing that shit. And then right after that, I'm gonna be on GTA.
It looks fire, man. It does look fire. So I'll keep my eye on it. Hopefully, I hear good things about it.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to check out. Because like I said, never played the first original 3 games, but this one alone sold me on going back and trying those ones and playing this one as well. So definitely want to check that out.
But yeah, Angel, I don't know if you there, man.
Yeah, he's doing something now.
He be disappearing on us.
Not bad. My daughter wanted me to do something. I didn't think I was gonna be done with this other subject that fast.
I don't think they have. I don't know that they have that much to say about Chris Johnson. But you know, we gave our little segment. But I guess we on to the last trailer. I think Sammy said he had 3, and then I guess we can close it down.
So this is the first trailer, the Tarok trailer. Even though all 3 of us just kind of watched it on our own.
I mean, you can still show this to show to
Yeah.
You know, for the viewers.
This for the viewers.
Yeah, dinosaur games been kind of
Making a comeback.
up, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what happened? The zombie shit got played out. You know, they're like, oh,
Yep.
well, we gotta have something else to be
There's a
valid.
possibility that, Dino Crisis might make a comeback now.
It's true.
Graphics look good. That's
I
what
never knew
direct-
Universal owned Tarok. Do you think they might make a movie then?
I mean, they can, but I don't know how
I'd watch
good
it.
would do, honestly.
See, Tarok, that's what I expect the Jurassic Park game to be like. Some crazy dinosaur. But what do they got? Oh, it's some amusement park. Like that. All the Jurassic Park games be like amusement park type shit.
Look around.
It looked like it could have some co-op elements going on, so I think that thing going for it.
The whole environment is maimed and mangled.
The other game, the other
Yet
second
there is
trailer is
still a
actually pretty
semblance of
interesting.
law.
Yeah, it looks good.
Everything has its place.
Westerns are making a comeback.
Keep your weapon clean and ready. All it takes is one mistake.
Looks like it got some co-op elements as well.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting. This is like some Western Mad Max.
Yeah, bro, that's exactly why I said this shit reminds me of Evil West. Like it got like demons, creatures, and just crazy stuff coming at you.
But we will not despair. We will do it
Got a
again.
block system I can already see. I'm wondering if they got a parry system.
Loaded?
I wonder what kind of game this is gonna be. Like, I wonder if this is gonna be like story driven or
That is a good question.
like, are you going through levels? Is it gonna be open world?
It looks like it might not be open world. It might have some open world elements though.
That looked pretty good, Sammy.
It did.
I'll keep my
Unleash
eyes
the Avatar. What the hell is that? I might have to check that out after the pod.
All right. And last but not least, what we got?
Cinder City.
Cinder City.
Okay, I actually didn't watch this trailer.
Cinder City is a sci-fi cinematic TPS set in a dystopian near-future Seoul.
Yo, what up, unknown? Unknown. So I got a bad bitch at home, voodoo type shit.
The world of
That's
Cinder City is
What?
a incident that takes place in the 23rd century. an event that
up,
fundamentally
Unknown?
changes the course of 20th
Coming in hot like that.
history.
We love it.
In this altered world, Seoul has been devastated.
You
by
got an extra one. Send her my way.
Uncontrollable criminal organizations, while super soldiers, known as the
Wow,
Cinder
I'm not
Knights,
surprised.
remain humanity's last hope.
Crazy, Sammy.
To bring this desperate world to life as a game, Cinder
This
City
game, when I saw it,
focuses
I
on
was like,
three
this reminds
core
me kind of
elements:
like The Division.
a tense cinematic shooter
Also,
experience,
Ghost Recon.
a massive open world, and large-scale multiplayer PvE. Players take on the role of Seven, a Cinder Knight, at the center of the story. The journey
This
begins
looks
with a
pretty good.
mission in Samsung-dong to rescue his
Yeah, the
daughter
character
Joy.
design, they
And
look good.
as
You
the
could have run
story
this on the
unfolds,
PS4.
Players uncover the
Hell
hidden
nah.
truth
You gotta
buried
leave those
within
guys
the
behind.
megacity of Seoul, and find themselves at the center of a conflict that'll determine the fate of humanity.
As the story progresses, players encounter a wide range of characters
It's
and follow the conflicts and histories woven around them, creating a narrative-driven structure that allows players to fully immerse themselves in each figure's story. Throughout that journey, we are building a variety of PvE, cooperative content, and multiplayer systems that allow players to collaborate, take on challenges together, and experience a deep sense of accomplishment through teamwork. To support this,
Okay, now,
our
I
goal
see
is
your
to create
girl
an
already.
open world battlefield that is
Say less.
constantly evolving and expanding.
This is gonna be fun playing co-op.
Set in another version of 21st century Seoul, a now dystopian
That's a
world,
serious health bar.
Cinder City aims to bring together story, action, and cooperative gameplay into
Oh, you know
one
what?
connected experience.
This is kind of giving me
We
First
plan to share
Descendant
more
vibes
of the
too.
game and further
Yeah, it
updates
does.
through the
I
official
was thinking
Cinder
that.
City Discord channel and other
This isn't
social
a
media
live action.
platforms.
I mean, not live
So be
action.
sure to
This isn't
follow
a
us
live
there
service.
to not miss out any info.
I don't think so.
We look forward to sharing more details of Cinder City with you soon.
You looking like
We're the Gooners.
I definitely could see the
Stop it.
first.
You remember when being a goon used to mean you're like a henchman of like a bad guy? Now all of a sudden, I don't know what it means.
So Caleb,
What's
you
a
saying you a
goon to a
henchman?
goblin?
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, like what's that?
So I don't know why
Crazy.
We can't even have realistic looking graphics no more. You have realistic graphics, suddenly you goon.
Nah, but shout out, man. Shout out to all the trailers. All the trailers actually look pretty dope, Sammy. So I'm glad you we were able to show them.
Yes, sir.
But I guess that's all the topics, man. It's been a crazy episode. Guess we can get into the final statements. I'm not gonna keep it too long, but you know, everybody just get prepared for some dark days for video games. You know, I feel like, shit's gonna get worse before they get better. But I feel like if you make the proper, precautionary steps, like preparing yourself to get a PC, it might be a little bit better for you than others. So, I,
Well,
I think if you have a PC right now, you're actually doing pretty good, but in due time, man, in due time, I think more people will hop on the PC wave, but, you know, we will see how everything will turn out, man. I think next year is going to be a very big year in gaming. I mean, the next 2 years. So we'll see. But, hopefully things end up, you know, not being as bad as people think it's. But, that's my finishing statements. Mr. Caleb, go ahead. Guess it's on you, Mr. Sammy.
Well, like I said, wasn't too excited for the news this week, but I was excited to be here nonetheless. Excited to see where gaming takes us in the next couple of months, and also curious to see what the landscape of console gaming looks like in just a couple of months here too, because we're not too far from, I guess, 2027. We're at the halfway point. And GTA is coming out soon, guys. Make sure you pre-order in November, because you don't want to be Nano not being able to get a proper lineup. But apart from all that, I'm glad to be alive right now, because a lot of people are gonna be missing GTA 6. Just comes with the territory as a gamer. Sometimes you gotta wait some time before these games can release. So RIP to the lost ones. And that's all I gotta say.
Mr. Caleb, you came back.
Guess who's back?
Hey.
All right, man. What's your finishing statement, my guy?
Finishing statement. Hey, been a good episode. Excited for what's to come, but man, I'm just gonna be grinding it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to get to New York, man. But yeah, man. It's crazy. No more physicals. They hating, but I don't even know. But shoot, excited for the next episode. See some updates. Maybe there'll be some more positive news. I'm interested in so much crazy stuff that's been going on this week. I mean, there was a freaking earthquake in Venezuela. I know that ain't really some stuff not gaming related, but bro, it's been crazy in the world lately. So I heard there was like a heat wave in Europe. Like thousands of people died just from the heat. You got earthquakes. You got gaming prices going up, man. Chris Johnson got ALS, bro. I don't know what's going on with this week, bro. It's like all the bad news is coming out this week. So hopefully next week will be better, more positive. But that's the crazy part. Why is it that when Disney Speedstorm got some good news, the world is like in shambles, but when the world is good, Disney Speedstorm is trash?
Yeah, man, you can speed when it comes to game love. You gotta sacrifice it, but then you gotta make a sacrifice for the good news.
Yeah, man. They had to channel all the good luck from around for some good news and feast. So yeah, but yeah, nah, it's been a good episode. But yeah, that'd be my closing statement. Angel.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Great podcast, man. A lot of, good topics. Sony dropping the ball, like always. Yeah, I'm about to see the rise and fall of Sony if they keep this up. That's what I'm saying. There ain't no exclusives in the world gonna say Sony and Nikki if they're gonna piss off their player base and their fan base. So, mark my words, man. Mark my words. But yo, I'm excited. GTA 6, November 19th. That shit's about to be fire. Shit, for everything else is getting postponed to next year. All the good games. So, I guess we're looking forward to GTA 6. I'm definitely gonna be streaming that. I'm requested off work. I'm gonna do a day one stream. Shit, we might fuck around and do a 24-hour stream for that. So, or stream until we beat the game. That would be a crazy ass fucking challenge. But yeah, no. I mean, if you guys like the podcast, like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified whenever we go live. We go live every Wednesday. We talk about all gaming news. When we no longer identify as just a Speedstorm podcast. We are all gaming, damn near just all entertainment at this point, because you talk things outside of gaming too. So yeah, I appreciate all the comments, all the feedback that we get. You guys like you like the content. You like the personalities. You like the topics we talk about. So that's always good to hear as a content creator. So we definitely gonna keep doing it, giving you guys content. And see where the CrashOut takes us. Without further ado, much love to everybody, though. Y'all have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you on the next one.
Welcome to the CrashOut.
What me miss? Same for still this. If you're never there, you feel this shit. What me miss? Yeah, baby, there for this. Late night, let the room breathe. Talk stay calm, but they run deep. No rush for feeling. Hay momento que solo pasan si tú estás aquí. Stream cut shot, but the vibes there. Clips can't catch it the same way. Si tú sabes, you know all good. Next one stream, that's how you understood. That feeling. That's timing. What me miss? Same for still is. Miss one night, you feel this shit for me miss. Yeah, you have to be there for this. CrashOut.